Everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Pokemon Ice with some D&D and MD in there. I'm your host, your GM, your DM, the Gold Crow, and with me I have four of my wonderful friends with me ready to play this game, and I believe one of them is about to recap what happened on the last episode.
No. All right. So last time, last time we took a little while to do some downtime. Despite being on a time limit, we still need to get Aiden to finish his blue scale armor to allow us to locate Thor. While that was happening, Sinbad and Sigurd took to looking through the few unexplored locations in the fort. Sinbad also took care of the plants, much to his dismay when we came back to find most of them dead. And Sabrina continued working on her Enigma meter, and I believe got set back again. But regardless, after all that, and once the armor was complete, we set out to go find Thor. Um, uh, Pretty much directly north of us, actually, out in the ocean. We ended up traveling through a pretty heavy blizzard and uh took um took by boat to try and get to what we eventually found to be a small island with the true remains of the Dark Duchess, although interrupted with by a uh weird looking tentacruel saying weird things in our heads while we were traveling. Yeah. We got Thor, got him back to the fort, and now we're planning our next move, which I believe is to go and find. It was Grimoire, correct?
Grumar.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's nice, short, and sweet. So we have more playtime. I love that. So, and
I
I'm
agree.
gonna call this instead of inspiration, I'm gonna call it a reroll because that's actually what we're doing with it.
Okay.
And how this is going to apply is if you have advantage, you can re-roll your both dice. If you have disadvantage, you can re-roll both dice.
Okay.
So you still have disadvantage, but you're just re-rolling
So now
if
we're offset.
if you want to do it that way. All
Okay.
right. So after the night of your downtime activities, I'll assume you all took a long rest and you gain the benefits of that. And we are
Nice.
bright and early in the morning of a new day.
Okay. I think we should go get Thor's blessing before we head out.
Ah, yes. If you remember, you just kind of stuffed him in the barracks.
He wanted to go there.
Yeah,
He wanted to go there.
yeah. All right. So when you enter the barracks, you notice the all the weapons have been kind of categorized according to like length or to weapon type and sharpness, and he seems to
Oh,
actually enjoy in setting this place up.
oh, okay. He's moved over here.
Yeah, he's on the second floor,
Yeah. Okay. He set up shop in here. All right.
but he will offer his blessing, and what that does for the audience is when they make a roll, and you have to declare it before. Or let's see the specifications of this.
Before we do it, we get
I pull
plus
up the paladin
10.
book.
Yeah.
Woo!
You yeah, when you make an attack roll, you can add +10 to it. So not after, when.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And he will grant you guys that as you watch your kind of bodies get encased in bronze and the light dissipate from you.
Okay. Then I think we're just gonna head out unless I've forgotten something someone wanted to do.
I don't think so.
I mean, unless we want to bring
No.
Jameson with us.
Yeah, are we bringing anyone with us? I
He's
don't
our
think
bargaining chip.
So. Oh, I
You
see.
wouldn't want to be mean. Look at this child who loves you.
Oh right, yeah.
If she has a heart, it'll be flawless. If she doesn't have a heart, he's screwed.
If she doesn't have a heart,
That seems
Jameson
like
is
a
scarred
bit too much of a
again.
risk.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's too much of a risk. I'm gonna vote against that.
I mean, let's be honest. We'd just counterspell her if she tried to take him out. We'd have him leave.
Counterpoint, it would be funny.
He's also still low level.
Funny.
Think of all the XP he'll get from going through a social negotiation instead. You get XP from social encounters, actually?
Yes.
GM dependent. Yeah.
See, worth.
I don't know, man.
I think I'm outvoted here.
Okay.
So we'll just move on.
We'll bring you to the world map here. Yep, missing images. Yep, wonderful.
Yay.
I don't know what it is, so...
Something on the map.
You exit your fortress of no name, and it is pretty cold outside, but I think you guys can take it. So you don't.
Yeah.
All right. At what pace are you going, and where are you going?
All right. So
We're gonna
are-
head around this way first of all to get to our
All right.
we're going
speed
igloo
path.
route, right?
Yeah, we want to go to the
what speed?
igloo.
Do we want to go fast paced or do we want to book this? We are in a
Well,
time.
how many
limit
days do we
after all.
have left? Like 14?
We are 7 days of 21.
Yes, we got 14 days left.
2 weeks left. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We might not
yeah,
have
if-
a choice but to go fast.
Oh boy, D6 time.
We do have a choice, but we'd be cutting it pretty close, especially if the castle ends up not being there. I mean, either way, we're screwed. But
Don't forget also we get to go
it was like doing some
a little
illusion
bit
stuff,
faster
right?
on this.
Yeah.
path.
Yeah.
Oh, boy,
It's
yeah, I
already
guess-
4 days to get to the igloos at a normal pace.
Okay, so we have to go fast.
It's 3 days by fast pace.
I mean, 3 days is better than 4.
All right.
Yeah, but then we have to go from the igloos to the castle, so
Yeah, but I think we auto get fast pace because of that blue line, right, Crow?
Yep.
Yeah,
Alright.
so
You get a
worth it.
you get a fast pace at and the dice will be the highest.
Okay.
absolutely
Fast
slow-
pace and slow
slow-paced
encounter
dice.
rate.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, let's just go fast.
Wait. Quill, are you getting the time wrong then? Because we have 14 days left.
I said we're at day 7 of 21, so yeah, that's 14 days left.
Math.
Well, do we want to try and
Well, I
Yeah,
guess we
think
can still
about
go
it? Do we
fast.
want to save that day?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still worth it because of the gate.
Yeah, we'll go fast.
Okay.
We have multiple obligations to worry about.
Yeah, besides, we need to reach the igloos so
Or-
people believe us.
4.
6.
Okay. You begin your expedition at going at a fast pace. You're realizing time is of the essence seeing how the date on the gate is pretty nigh. And because of that, I'll say Sinbad has led you on this trail rather well. And I am going to either let you get one more hex or able to have the same stipulation as the igloo, the blue line at the igloos, from here to here.
I would say trail
where?
personally.
Yeah, this is a pretty
Yeah.
commonly traveled thing.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that the
forget it.
trail is what we want to do here. Play long term.
Mm-hmm.
Then let it be.
Which thing is it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's make it consistent. All right.
We have the Sinbad Road.
Whoop.
That's why it's blue. Hello.
Yellow
I
circle.
don't know.
All right.
I tried moving the map and started drawing a circle.
Any nightly activities? Because I know you're just gonna put up a tent, so, or a dome, should I say?
Plants, if nothing else. Or
Plants.
shards.
Plants will be nature. Nature and survival. The meteor is survival and arcana. You have to tell me what you're going for.
If Sinbad's gonna go looking for plants, so is Aiden.
Okay.
Sabrina's gonna look for food.
So is Sigurd.
All right. You two just do survivals. Sinbad and Sigurd and Sabrina. Well, Aiden.
11.
Aiden and
14.
that is not enough.
Oops.
Oh,
Oh,
bark it off.
But you got an 11 for survival for Sigurd?
Yep.
Oof. Okay. Yeah, those were not enough. All right. And now, you guys are going for plants. So nature and survival for Aiden and Sinbad.
okay. I'll use nature for this.
Oh my
24,
gosh.
23.
Dang.
All right. Roll 4 D80s.
4 D80s.
I'm like, do I do 2d80? You do 2d80?
Yeah.
Okay.
Discord's having a stroke today.
You
for
got
me.
74, 23. I got 49, 37.
74.
You know, I've heard of a lot of strange numbers, but D80 is not one I've heard before.
What was your other one, Sinbad? I got
23.
20.
Or it was
23. All right.
He's got himself a whole list.
Yeah. And what were yours, Aiden?
49 and 37.
49, and those are pretty close together. 49.
I'm like, we're gonna have to go make a botanist book here at this rate. If there's 80 plants for us to get.
Completionist.
Oh my god.
All right. So Sinbad, you found some berries with kind of have this beige tint with polka dots on them. And you also found very close by, you saw something sticking out of the ground, and when you pulled it out, it's this pink root. And Aiden, you found a large petaled flower surrounded by tall, fleshy spikes. and it has webs on them.
Huh.
Got the spider durian.
And you also found some brown mushrooms. These have effects, but you have to examine them a little more.
Is it just one of all of these?
Let me see. For the berries, you found 4 of them, Sinbad. And you found 4 of both, Sinbad.
Okay.
And for yours, Aiden, oh my gosh, you found 4 of the petaled flower with the spikes, Aiden.
Okay.
And the mushroom, I got all 4s.
Wow.
4, 4, 4, 4.
Not using this D4 anymore.
I thought it was a D6.
It was a D4.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Is someone tapping the bottom of the table?
Yeah.
Do you have a magnet?
Yeah. All right. So you guys could consume your rations and wake up the next day.
Are we still in the blizzard, or
The blizzard's over.
Sunlight? Okay. In that case, I'm guessing I had enough sunlight during the day to use that.
It's another pretty warm day.
Fast again, boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Continue fast and hope we can just make a trail.
No!
We might as well
Oh,
just
no.
go
Get us
fast
fixed.
the whole way. Nope.
No.
Two.
Dude, Discord is
1,
having
5,
a stroke.
There's a 6.
6 into 1.
Mixed results.
Dude, your updates to Discord are like
Perfect.
30 seconds before mine.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Oh no.
Really?
All right. So you run into how can I put this? Roll another D6 Quill and Fire Alley.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
It's time for double or nothing.
6.
That's pretty funny. Okay.
Nothing happens, actually. They've been canceled out.
You feel as though that thing is near.
Oh.
And you think you could hunt it and get the jump on. It's just that aura, that feeling. And you feel like you could hunt it down and perhaps get the jump on it right now. But you might lose some of your day.
Jump it.
And I say might. Well, to be determined.
He's like every round costs you an hour. More than 4 rounds, you lose it.
So it's up to you either to preemptively strike this thing, hunt it down and preemptively strike it, or just ignore it and keep going on your current objective.
But
I'd
no,
rather
it's
just
close.
get rid of it now.
Well, if we try and get rid of it and we end up taking too much time, we might. The reason why we're moving at a fast pace right now is because we can get to the igloo in 3 days. If we deviate from that, we'll end up not doing so.
Problem is, though, now we know it's close by. So if
That
we
is
don't
true.
deal with it now, it's just going to end up striking anyways. Like either
It will.
late today or tomorrow or somewhere in that sort of time frame.
I'm like, I want to jump it. What do you think, Quill?
I kind of want to just. I want to keep going and get as far as we can, honestly. We don't have any time to waste.
We have 2
Or
jumps and 2
risk.
waits.
Well, he said
So-
there's a chance we might jump it, or we would just waste a bunch of time.
Ability checks will determine this mechanically.
Yeah, there's a chance whether or not we'll waste time.
All right. We're not stealthy, so I guess we'll just keep going then. Unless we send Aiden after. You think Aiden could one-shot it if he crit it with an advantage sneak attack?
Oh my gosh.
I don't
think so.
Also, the thing is after Aiden. So
Yeah.
if it can sense the location of anyone, it is Aiden. But I don't think it'll be necessarily stealth checks, or only stealth checks to try and track this thing. Especially if it's tracking, it'll probably be survival.
Yeah, well, I'm mostly fishing for the hope that we would jump it. Obviously, if we hunted down and reveal ourselves, it might as well have just found us itself.
I mean, not to mention with the whole being able to reroll with advantage, that's actually kind of huge.
All right.
LTL.
I mean, I can be swayed to either side.
I'm on the fence as well. Fire Alley's the only one that's got a sure decision on his mind. So I guess we go with him.
Unless Geek, it sounded like you wanted to keep moving.
If we're confident we can win this, or we can do this without wasting too much time, I'm down.
I think we can probably deal with it fast enough. We're saving the blessing, of course.
Okay.
Well, I specifically asked for the blessing for this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know what
what
I'm
that's
using it
for.
for.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember what that's being used for.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, okay. That changes the plans a little bit because I forgot about that little part.
Okay.
All right.
So, don't move yet.
Okay.
All right. You're going to try and hunt yourself a ferret. Okay.
Nice.
So, how do you want to go about it? You know it's near. You don't know where it is. But you just... That aura, it kind of gives off, where it just kind of feels like you're weakened and your just durability goes down. You can just sense that foul aura in the air.
Question is if we can find any tracks.
Probably
it's
not.
made of snow.
Oh, you're right.
And it's also heading towards us, yeah. Let me think.
Like, isn't he moving through the snow like with like his sword sticking out like a shark?
Maybe.
Probably
This
not.
thing, that'd be pretty funny though. This thing is what's it called? Yeah, you said we can feel that aura.
Yeah, it's just that sickening feeling in your stomach of when you're near this thing. You can feel it. Not close by, but it was definitely in this area, or it's around this area.
Do you think we could use that feeling and the intense, like, varying intensity of it to try and get an angle on its direction?
Just say the same thing.
You can... Whoever wants to track it, and I'll only let one person track it, can use either Arcana or Survival to track it. This way.
Okay.
Sabrina has a plus 13 Arcana.
Oh, and Sigurd's gonna go ahead and hand her. This needs to be handed over to her anyways. Hey, take the storm rune.
Okay.
Isn't that the Arcana advantage?
Yes, that gives our advantage on Arcana checks, among other things, upon activation.
Okay, so I roll 2d20 then. Approved by DM.
Yep.
A nat 20
Well,
for 33.
All right. So you close your eyes and just try to triangulate the direction where it feels stronger. And you definitely catch upon it. And it begins leading you in a direction closer to the mountain, going to the southeast a little bit. In this quadrant, you wouldn't be heading southeast for the next few days or anything, but you're in this quadrant.
Okay.
All right. Is that the way you wish to go?
That's like right here, right?
It's yeah, like the one you're currently in.
Oh, okay. So it's in the hex
Yeah.
that we're currently.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's very close to.
All right. Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm going to ask is how are you going to travel? Are you going to stay all together? Are you going to let someone go up front? Are you going to be sneaky?
I think we want the 3 sneaky ones up, or well, I guess the ones who don't have disadvantage on being sneaky up front. Because if we can just blast them down in one turn, that's what I want.
Second thought, other thought. What if the other 3 stay back and are a little bit sneaky, a little bit further back, while Sigurd just rushes in? Trying
Well,
to take
go-
Bait them into our ambush.
I'm thinking we. Well, okay. So it's after Aiden.
Yeah.
So if we
Mhm.
leave Aiden just a little bit behind, and the rest of us try to sneak forward, well, Sigurd could probably stay back to try to defend him. But if the mages are able to sneak forward a bit, and if somehow we're able to detect it moving closer, then we could get a huge jump on it as it's coming in to try to attack Aiden.
Yeah, that works.
Sounds good
You
to me.
Aiden and Sigurd are bait, and the mages try to kind of flank.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Remember, though, it's probably got a bunch of friends with it.
how would
We'll
you
see.
how would you want to set this up? So Sigurd and Aiden are gonna stay behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sib could probably water walk us so that
Yeah.
mages don't leave any sort of imprint, so it can't do snow bending shenanigans to know that we're moving closer.
Okay. So the plan is to kind of get it lured to Aiden and Sigurd then,
Yeah.
and then
we're going to
jump 'em
trail
from
behind. Yeah.
and you're gonna
Then
hit them
we're
from
gonna-
behind.
Yeah,
we're gonna
as it goes
blow them
past
up
us.
when
So if this
Since
were
we already know it's coming. So.
okay, so the way I'll do this is if you pull this off, I'll let the mages have a surprise round.
Okay.
Works
Gotcha.
for me.
All right. So so Sigurd and Aiden are just gonna probably stand there with "Hey, kill me" signs above them.
Yeah.
Probably just like traveling forward, but
Yeah.
not trying to be stealthy.
Oh, you know what? Sigurd's going to. Well, I guess there's not really a mechanical effect from this, but he's gonna like be bashing his scales and all that to try and make as much noise as possible.
Okay.
Try and lure it out.
So you guys are going to be making stealth checks. Is there anything you want to do to aid yourself in this endeavor? Sinbad and
well,
Do
I
either of
guess
you want enhanced
first
skill?
I have to roll the d4 for water walk, right?
yes, if you're ritual casting it.
Oh, I can't wait for them both to be cursed. Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're good.
Do either of you want enhance ability?
Sabrina's got a +6. I don't know what Sib has on stealth.
Not a +6.
What, a flat d20?
So the question is
Invisibility?
if it's a all or nothing, or if it's a half pass, then it would be statistically better to give it to Sabrina because she has a better chance of passing.
I'm betting it's group, though.
So don't you have
need
the
to-
invisibility spell from
Yeah.
your cloak?
Yeah, I
funny
do.
cloak?
Oh, right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I can just
Oh, so he
do
can get
that.
advantage
Oh, wait,
that
I
way.
I was about to say, oh, wait, I have invis, and then I realized I don't have it prepared.
oh
I can just do that when I sense he's near.
Well, at the very least...
that's like an hour. So
Well, if
So-
you got
Oh
the
yeah, it
cloak,
can last an hour. So
Yeah,
that's
so
what
give
I'm
enhanced
going to
ability
do to
to
be
Sabrina.
sneaky as invisible.
okay, if you got the cloak, then I'm just gonna, in that case, give Sabrina enhance ability for dexterity checks.
Ready for our rules, DM?
Okay, yeah, you both get. I'll assume you're gonna start going invisible when Sigurd's kind of banging. You're at kind of this 3-prong crossroad right now. Where would you want to stand in it?
Sigurd?
It goes off in like 3 different directions.
Sinbad would probably be on one end of the path, Sabrina on the other, and the Aiden and Sigurd would probably just be on the path.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
we're
or-
in the
or-
middle.
You said it was like coming from the southeast. So if one of those paths is leading southeast, or at least
Yes.
in the direction suspecting that Jinpao is.
Okay.
Yeah, so Sigurd will be on the path, probably a little bit in front of Aiden, just to kind of put himself between him and the ferret.
All right. So I'm going to have the stealth rolls commence.
All right.
Both are with advantage.
18.
18. Okay.
Let's see. I'm like, oh no, Lucky can't help me here.
Go ahead, reroll if you think
Do you want?
you
the
think this is
reroll?
worth the reroll.
I'm
Not
like,
really, but
probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
is that just a flat?
Because I'm invisible, so I still get the advantage on my attack roll either way.
I mean, you're also invisible and water walking, so
But
Yeah, I
this is-
think.
But this is noise too. Let me keep. in mind.
you're right.
He may be able to hear me, but he doesn't know precisely where that fireball is coming from.
Which I mean, if you don't think this is enough, you're going to lose a surprise round.
Up to you.
Uh,
What do y'all think?
wait, so it will re-lose it as well?
Yes. This is together.
I'm like, we might
would
have to
say
re-roll
yes.
this then, because this is no good on my end.
It's too middle of the board.
Okay. If you wanna take the reroll, I'll let you take it.
All right.
17.
18.
18. 18?
That's great. Means
Okay. Sigurd, as you stand there, banging your scales together, making these echoes throughout the land, you see the snow just move every time you clash your scales together. You start hearing the pitter-patter of footsteps. And then
That's not right.
you hear more pitter-patter. And even more. It's 3 sets of footprints
Uh-oh.
running towards you. I didn't imagine this happening, so let me bring you guys to the map.
Oh,
Oh,
there's. Why is there a child?
Child.
All right, so let's align yourselves. There, all 3 of them are coming from, and I'll share this with the audience.
an illusion. Or 2 of them.
3 of them.
There's 3 of them.
All right, they're coming from these.
I know.
So,
there's 3 of them.
they're coming from this way. All running with blood in their eyes. So where would you have been standing? Sinbad and Sabrina, you have the surprise.
Okay, I imagine Sabrina would probably. This is an upward cliff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, she'd probably be up here somewhere.
Sinbad's probably over here then.
Okay.
The yellow strike force is in position.
Oh, so they're up the cliff. Okay, so yeah, this is down. This is a downhill, this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
Oh, so we've got a good height advantage as well.
All right.
That's a
So
good point.
you guys are you 2 are standing here, Sinbad and or Sigurd and Aiden.
Aiden's a little bit further. Yeah.
Okay. You're like
But
that.
yeah, kind of, yeah, like where I was earlier was perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right, and they're running towards you 2 with kind of a blood in their eyes. At what point would you like to fire at them?
As soon as all three of them are within a 60-foot cone, Sabrina would like to Flare Witch Cone of Cold them.
Okay.
Cone of fire.
Cone of uncold.
All right. So
Cone of warm.
let's roll initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm like, I might want
4.
to do this instead if there's a bunch of them actually.
15.
All right.
Let's see.
23.
I got
Where's the initiative tracker? There it is.
19.
Somebody tell me what I got.
Oh, right.
5.
5.
Nice. I'm like, I mean, we have our surprise round. I do want Bree to go before me because I want to see if they're real or not.
All right. Well, so the rules on illusions too, because I had to look this up, is you have to actually use an action to use an investigation to see if they're real, and if you discover it's illusion, it becomes transparent or just non-existent.
Oh,
For
if
you.
I remember right, isn't there a rogue that can cunning action do that?
I don't know. That's the rules.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think it's the mastermind or inquisitive,
Is there-
something like that.
It's Inquisitor, I
I'm
think.
Not that.
Inquisitive.
Okay.
Asian, you chose wrong.
All right.
Wow.
So, so you're gonna ready an action for when they. Also, I'll say they're moving and they get to this point you desire. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're gonna make dexterity saving throws, right? Or no, con.
Constitution.
Yeah. One got a natural 20. One got a 13.
Fail.
And one got a 19.
Pass.
All right. So this is
I'm
fight.
like,
All right.
This is fire damage.
27
is it-
fire damage.
mhm.
The ones that fail. Well, one that failed.
No, one got a 19, so it passed. So there were 2 passes and a fail.
So it was 27 without a fail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Into a
So 19.
13.5.
And it's fire damage.
Yeah.
Wait. You did 8d6, not 8d8.
Oh, it's 8d8?
Yes.
Cone of cold?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes
Reroll
sense.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, like,
Watch
oh
it
no,
lower.
Oh,
31.
pretty good.
Okay, so half 31, we turn it to a 16. All right.
Yes.
So one will take full damage. Where's this pop over? Just wait, I'm massive mathing right now.
It's okay, my mouse is jamming to the music.
Yeah. I need a calculator here.
I just, in a pinch, I always just use dice parser as my calculator.
I don't.
I'm
wanna-
going to flavor this while you're doing that, if that's okay with you.
I
All
have
right.
TI.
All right, so it's like the cone is like you know those caves where there's like those giant crystals. It looks like that, and it comes out in 3 segments. It starts out like ice, but then there's a faint glow from the inside that gets brighter and brighter until it all explodes into a cone of fire.
Neat.
I'm like, I don't know if this thing has to make a con check or not.
Well, one of them gets vaporized.
Ah,
Oh.
Well, that's a good deal. Okay.
The one that failed. and the other ones look bloodied.
They both do?
Yes.
Huh.
Sinbad, are you doing anything?
I'm like, this is kind of sus, so I'm gonna dump a lot into this, and I'm going to summon Alderion.
Okay.
You mean Thor? Oh, wait, no, never mind.
What do you want with Alderion? Oh, here he is. If you.
Yeah, so I'm going to have him breath weapon the remaining two geezers there.
All right. It's large, right?
I'm like, yes.
Okay. There you go.
He's probably gonna be flying a bit as well.
All right. You can position it wherever you want. It's a cone, if I'm correct.
Yeah, let's see. It's a 20-30 foot cone. He could probably hit them both from here, honestly. That is a circle. I did not want a circle. I'm like, so he's probably gonna get into like something like this, I guess.
Okay. Is it a deck save?
Yeah, it is. I'm like, actually, does this thing have...
It's probably your
No,
spell
it doesn't.
save.
Let's see. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So 14 for one, 6 for the other.
Yeah, those both fail. So
How much damage is that?
if I remember right, it's not as much as you would think. Yeah, it's just 2d6. If it gets through anyway.
7.
7 damage.
All right, but are they still around?
They are still around.
Then he's gonna go up and make an attack on each of them from
Okay.
above. He's flying.
All right. Make an attack.
All right, so the 2 attack rolls are going to be your spell attack modifier. Oh, I like
Oh.
that. That makes it easy for me.
Oh, I
If
see.
it loads in, that is.
16 and 13.
16, 13.
16 and 13. That will be both misses.
Mm.
As they just
Interesting.
deftly dodge out of the way. Okay. Surprise round is over. We go to the top of the round with Aiden.
Okay. One vaporized, but these two actually took a bit more damage, so. Dude, that's fine. Yeah, I can do that. And we'll just step behind Mechagross, and he's gonna line up shots for each one.
Okay.
I'll just do the 2d20 and let you know. Okay, that's a 14 and a 27.
The 27 will hit.
Because I'm using heavy mode, that turns into heavy crossbow, which is D10. Yep.
You'll get sneak attack as well because the dragon spirit is next to it.
Oh, right. Pretty cool.
That's true.
Let's see if I need the sneak attack. It's 12 there.
One of them gets vaporized,
Okay.
leaving a
Well, that
sword
was real
behind.
nice. Oh.
One is still
Oh.
alive. I'll say it's this one that.
Oh, I see.
He's
Okay.
multiplying.
Oh no.
So one's gone, the other's alive. I did take both shots though, so that'll be my turn.
It was 19.
We have Mecha Gross.
Does he have the range?
Can't he just run up and hit
Yeah,
him?
you can. Okay, cool. I'll just
Alright.
order Mechagross to go up and slap this thing.
All right. Doot.
Look at us. We're now a summoning group.
Oh my god.
Woo!
Send out the ice elemental next.
No.
Well, at least it's only one. I don't mind that. That'll be a
19.
hit.
All right. Ah, 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. It'll be still alive after this.
Dang. Okay, that's not all I'm gonna do.
Okay. It is going to. It's going to. Gosh. It's going to try and run towards Aiden.
Oh,
Okay, so it's getting off you, just what
Yes.
you're saying.
It's going to take a path to skirt around Sigurd, but it's going to take. Will it take it from the Draconic Spirit? Is it count as. I guess so.
I believe so, because I haven't used my
Yeah.
reaction at the
Yeah.
very least, if
Yeah.
it's ruled that way.
Yeah.
it has its own reaction.
So whoever
Yeah.
wants to attack it first.
All right, Eldirion, get a crit.
Almost.
I'm like,
What's an 18? 27.
What's the
like,
damage?
does that hit?
Yes.
The damage is
D6 plus 9.
D6 plus 4 plus 5.
That does it.
10.
That does it. This is what an ambush
Oh.
does to like pretty much any creature, guys. Okay, so the other sword clatters to the ground
Okay.
as it.
All right, good job, Eldirion. Does this mean Eldirion will have bad dreams?
Oh my god.
No, this counts as you.
Oh, man.
Your magic.
Well, I'm
Three
sure
holds
Eldirion appreciated it.
Bree holds up her spell book and goes like she's blowing smoke off of it.
Just hope you know that would have been a lot uglier if you guys just normally.
I imagine-
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, man, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, this thing is dark vision. I'll have to remember
Artifact of
that.
Swarms.
It also knows Draconic.
So
Alright.
it's using both of the halves of the sword now to make 2 of itself.
Looks like, well, 3 of itself even, unless one of them was not real. Sigurd's gonna go ahead and pick up both the swords.
Okay.
Good thing that was fast. Let's hope we didn't lose too much daylight.
All right. I'll say on Mr. Map. That was pretty fast, so I'll let you get your fast travel worth for that.
Yo.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay.
And we get to reset the timer on Shinpao again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I assume we don't get to do fun activities at the end of the day.
Oh, wait, who was the one who did it? It was Sinbad, right?
Yeah.
so
Okay.
I'm going
No,
to roll the dice.
No, it was Eldirion.
He's gonna go kill Alderia.
No,
It's
it was.
Eldirion, I swear. Did you
It was-
see a fox? No, you saw a dragon.
Interesting.
Really stupid.
Okay.
Alright.
He's gonna come back the next day.
I will
I
say
never liked to hear
I
that.
will say you don't get your activities for today. I'll say that's what it kind of canceled out you doing this.
Very fair.
That's fair.
Figured.
That's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, I just realized, does the book reading at night count as an activity?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we get our rest then, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do we need to roll for that ritual, or is Sabrina just going to use a spell slot?
Spell slot.
Yeah. All right. On to a new day.
You gotta go fast to get to the igloos, boys.
Yeah.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah.
Yep, you're fine.
Oh,
Going fast again. If you're gonna go
Mhm.
fast again, D6.
Oh my gosh. No.
Yo.
Nice, why?
That's
Let's
too
do it.
hard.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Ah.
2 3s and a 1. I love it.
2 1
Two
2
ones,
3.
2 threes.
We're never gonna get to the castle this episode at this rate.
Nope. Even once we start rolling d10s, we're gonna get ones.
Okay.
It'll be fun though.
So you head at your fast pace, and I'm going to say you make it to the igloos. But as you approach the igloos, you notice there are several torches and movement coming from them.
Is this the good kind or the bad kind?
This looks like a familiar, you smell the incense in the air, and these are ceremonial, and you remember these scents from the top of the mountain.
Okay, I was about to be afraid that the gnolls took up residence.
That, or imagine that there was an entire camp of Queensmen.
Hmm.
I'm like,
Oh, that's odd. Other camps, camp
the
there.
next day is gonna be a bad day.
What is it?
I mean, you did tell them about the igloos.
Yes, we did.
Before we head in, if we are we gonna go approach them, or are we gonna try and like skirt around them?
I think we have to stay here either way. Sinbad implied to them this is where we've been staking out on this side of the continent, so he expects to come through this way whenever we can.
Right. Okay. But before anything like that, before anyone moves in, Sigurd's gonna get out of the Expedition Society clothes.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, we're
Aiden hasn't been. I didn't even think about that. Aiden has been wearing those.
Yeah, I don't think Sinbad needs to wear them on this side of the continent, but the other side, yes.
No, so that blessing's gone too.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go visit Loki.
You're going to approach the igloos?
Yeah.
Okay.
They might not. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put the sunglasses on. Sun goggles.
As you go near there, you see one of the armored pig knights ready his lance, but recognizes you for. Oh, you're the travelers Lady Brunhilde told us about.
Yeah, it's it. Is it okay if we stay here for the night?
She said as much, that you actually discovered these igloos, and we'll move out some of our men and women to allow you to rest for the night.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
We are in the middle of patrolling the route to the Temple of Severance, though.
Really? What for?
There's still the dead still linger there, and some of our artifacts may still be there.
I see.
And if you plan to use it, we can assist you.
Well, I doubt we'll need assistance, but we have been traveling that path, and we intend to do so tomorrow. We're making our way down.
Yes. Well, we're going up and down it. So you should see us in any case.
I see.
Anyway, that one over there is empty as he points to one of the igloos. And they've kind of, I wouldn't say they've desecrated the place, but they've just kind of assimilated it, Sigurd.
Yeah, Sigurd kind of like looks over this around with him.
Like, they haven't ruined anything, but it's been taken over with, like, banners with the mark of the hallowed flame on it and everything. And
Yeah, he seems conflicted as he's looking over. So you've been setting up a more permanent outpost here?
well, this is at the base of the mountain, and our march. We need a base camp on the ground level when we attack the gate. So we're going to be. I believe your friend discussed this with Captain Brunhilde.
Yeah, Sinbad nods.
You said you're going to the Temple of Severance?
Yes, that is correct.
I know of a particularly efficient route to get there. Would you like me to give it to you?
When you look over, Sabrina, it appears they are traveling down your route. And what this means mechanically is they're going to be watching you if you travel.
Yeah, I see.
Alright. Oh, you guys already know about it.
Yes. If you find anything interesting, just tell us. There could be more artifacts from that temple in the area.
Alright, we'll keep an eye out for him.
Okay. Alright, so I will let you get a long rest, and I'll tell you what these double ones mean, too, is, like I said, they're going to be watching you, and they might question some things you're doing along this path, or where you start to go. But there's an alternative. You take the old-fashioned way by skirting around the route.
Just mean we would be rolling d6s still.
Yeah.
How's that gone for us so far?
I know.
I'm like, I think we can travel it one day to get to here, and then just normal pace to the castle from there, or along the side of the lake.
Well, what you don't understand here, as soon as you break off the path, they're gonna see it and gonna see where you're going.
But I'm gonna be like, we're gonna visit the lake.
And we're not going to the Temple of Severance, so.
Okay.
It's up to you.
I'll let you travel along the path, but it'll be at using D6 if you don't want them prying.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I think us getting ones in that situation is way worse than if we just broken off in the first place.
Right, because then we get spotted along the path.
We get spotted trying to sneak away from them, you know? It's like being caught trying to sneak up on a cookie jar. It's way worse then than if they see that there isn't a cookie in the jar.
Okay. So you're not going to care, you don't care if they're watching you, and you're going to travel along it?
Please.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're gonna. Yeah, I guess Quill, since you seem to have a plan here, do you want to break off at this point?
Have you marked down your rations as well?
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
The last few days?
Chomp them.
Rations and all that fun stuff.
I've consumed a crab.
All right.
Congrats.
Did you say crabs?
No. I said congrats. Crabs is pretty good though.
Oh, that pun is cancer.
That.
Ah! Ah!
God.
Okay, what's the verdict here?
Yeah, we're just gonna
I
go
think
on
we're
that
yeah.
like normal.
All right. So you guys get to go the fastest way with they're kind of following you, and so you get to roll d12s and go the fastest travel speed.
Oh wait, we never get to choose our night activities, so I guess we.
Again, they're watching you. I guess you can get plants, but
Aiden
Yeah,
is reading a book.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Mr.
reading a
Marking down
book. Why do
days.
you? I'm like,
But
if
it-
we
but
find
it
weird
boosts
plants out here,
intelligence.
they'll be like, burn them.
Intelligence equals knowledge equals magic.
Oh.
All right, so we're rolling d12s.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 12.
3.
I almost started rolling D20 one.
11.
Why does
That's
it
right.
Shrug.
Shrug. I don't know. I don't know what the
Roll
result is.
autocorrect.
Okay, you
Fine.
got a 12. That is a feat, actually. That is a
That's
notable
two.
feat here. So I'll say you have the opportunity to break off for them, kind of when they're at a blind point. And what I'll let you do, and even if you fail this, there will be no repercussions, but I'll let you all do a stealth roll. And if a majority of you pass it, then I'll let you break off from them without them even knowing.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay.
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Does anyone want enhance ability? Sigurd, probably.
I have a -3. I don't think it's going to matter.
It is advantage though, or at least normal instead of disadvantage.
He doesn't get a disadvantage because of the armor.
21.
Oh right. I mean,
Yeah.
no. I'm still gonna go ahead and give Sigurd enhance ability to get him
Okay.
advantage.
Yeah,
Okay.
keep your flash of genius ready too.
16.
Woo! You're doing pretty good. Now you're doing bad.
All right, Aiden, do your thing. We'll see if
Ow.
Wow.
Well, it's a +11.
I'm like-
That's 15.
I'm like, I can lucky this, but I don't think we'll need to because I'm the only one that failed, most likely. Just flash of genius yourself or Sigurd.
I'll
He only
flash
needs the
genius
flash of
myself.
genius. He only needs to do that if he fails.
15
I
could
don't know if a 15 is good enough here, man.
15 could be a failure. I think 16 is the DC. I would just flash yourself.
I'm gonna go with Flash Genius and just bring that up to a 19.
Okay. Yeah. You. So there's this part where where two of the soldiers of the Hallowed Flames are just kind of, they're walking next to you, but then they see someone else in front of you, and they're like, "Hey, hey, Matthias, Matthias!" And then they kind of jog up to them and they start chatting, and you just find that opportunity to just kind of sidestep, and you get out of their line of sight.
The whole group just stands there and just starts sidestepping as one.
See you later, Matthias.
All right. I'll let you go off to the side a little bit and camp.
Neat.
And you're still kind of on a patrol route right now, so activities will possibly be a little dicey here still, so you can choose to not do them or lay
I'm
low.
going to choose not to.
All right.
Reading.
Yeah. Keep reading your books.
All right. And we'll wake up the next day, and you can go at a fast pace if you... Are you going to go at a fast pace again? I'll say it'll be the D12 route again, so you can get there. Definitely get... Even though it's kind of going off of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
We can get
Yeah, that'll do
D12s.
it.
might as
Actually,
well.
I'll make it D10, just because you're kind of going off it a little bit.
That
That's
makes
fair.
sense.
That's fine.
That's kind of what I assumed.
Yeah.
D10s are still decent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down to just get there.
5,
Yo!
2.
10.
Okay,
10.
mixed results.
I can't even see these rolls, man.
It's fine. The part that's important is that you rolled well.
Okay, so you make your way to where you saw that strange castle-like structure, and you're at this massive lake. But there's nothing here.
Okay.
A,
Sabrina's gonna
that's-
yeah, do your thing.
A, that's what I expected. B, Sigurd's gonna pull on the goggles of true sight.
Okay. You're going to turn them on?
Yeah.
So when you turn on the goggles, looking at the lake, you notice there's that structure, that castle. And you notice it's not really a castle. It's quite large, but it's not really a castle. It looks more like an opera house, maybe. It has these large... It's made out of stone. It almost looks like ice, but it has these massive pillars coming from four corners. It is square in shape. There are several like dilapidated flags coming from it, from the top of the pillars. The pillars seem to be more just support rather than towers, but it is sitting on this lakefront here, about 60 feet in front of you. There's a little bridge that goes over a small pool, small stream. There's a large entryway.
Well, we didn't come here for nothing. It's here, but it's not a castle. It's some sort of concert hall? Opera house, even?
Well, they
Sabrina
did
looks
say
nervous.
the Queen of Havarigal was vain.
I guess we're a little ways away, but does it look kind of similar? Does the architecture look pretty similar to the stuff we've seen?
Yes,
Particularly at our fort.
Yes, it looks like it's kind of the same material. Like it's stone, but it looks like ice. You can't see through it, but it looks like a structure of a Havarigal, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's made of the same material as our fort, so I suppose so.
Hope we didn't just come all this way for nothing.
Well, the structure's here, and there's an illusion surrounding it. Chances are they're probably still there. They're probably there that whole time, actually. Given that
Hope so.
the castle itself was an illusion.
Especially if, well, yeah, Sigurd kind of put it exactly.
Alright, let's not waste any time then.
Front door is about 60 feet away. I'm not sure if or when you'll be able to see it proper. Should we just walk straight on through, or should we try and be a little bit more...
Do we want to go make a new revolving door in the side of a castle?
Sigurd,
Do
just
we have
lead the way. You're the only one that can see it right now anyway.
All right.
All right.
And yeah.
Before we go in, Sabrina's gonna cast Rary's telepathic bond.
As a ritual?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a d4.
D4 time.
You know, I just realized. Is this gonna be like
3.
Oh.
All right. You can all hear in each other's heads. All right.
So
you're marching up to it?
Yes.
All right.
So you said there was a bridge we had to cross first, right?
It's like a small, like 10-foot bridge.
Oh, well, okay. He's gonna cross over, I guess. Yeah.
Well,
Or I guess is that into the building itself?
It's kind of in the front of it.
Oh, okay. My bad.
There's also a fountain just kind of deliberately dispersing these shapes of water. It looks like almost like it was intended that way. Like the idea of a fountain in this continent is kind of stupid, but it seems like to be in a way just so it's like this all ice sculpture of just the water frozen in time.
Okay.
All right. So you begin walking towards the opera house. And as you get closer and closer to this bridge, about 30 feet from the building proper, you smack into something.
Really?
And it looks like you hit nothing, and you check your goggles, and it's like an invisible wall.
Oh, that's not good.
Sigurd frowns for a moment, feeling around. Seems like there's something here, but I can't.
Bree, is this a wall of force, or is this something worse?
You remember this? Actually, all of you remember this. This would have been from Kleiman used this kind of same spell on you to a smaller degree, but it is the a wall of force.
Oh, okay. Sabrina?
Yeah,
Do you have detect magic? Can you detect magic?
I can.
You should do that.
It's
They don't know.
There's not really anything we can do to get through this, though. At least
Can you make a hole in it?
Do an
I'm saying we should.
do an Arcana check.
all right. 25.
There are ways to get through this. The very easy one is teleportation works, or disintegrating it works.
There's disintegration and teleportation.
You could also just dispel it.
No, dispel magic doesn't work on Wall of Force.
Really? Okay.
Well, I mean, I got a free ticket in. I think Aiden can get Sigurd in, and then you can get Aiden in, and he can get you in, maybe.
We should be careful about this. There might be some sort of sensors or traps.
If I knock out the
Anything.
ground under the wall of force, will it keep going, Bree?
She frowns and says, potentially.
Oh wait, that is a good idea.
Because
Although the time
we could use the pigments and just make like a manhole cover.
Well, the easiest way would just be to vortex warp us in.
I'd be careful about that though, because that might trip some sort of alarm. I'm
you
sure
have
they're
any other
expecting someone to
options?
teleport through.
I mean, the pigments, the pigments make
Draw an invisible door on the invisible wall.
That's right.
I guess we can try it.
Draw a door on the wall. We'll walk through it with the pigments.
There's likely some way in past this aside from just teleportation.
Alright,
And
I guess
besides
try
that-
drawing a door on it then.
So
Well, drawing a door would still likely trip any sort of alarm as well.
No one would
We
ever
gotta do
think to set an alarm for someone painting on a wall of force.
let me just read magical pigments. Each font of ink can cover 1,000 square feet of a surface.
That's really dumb that it can cover 1,000 feet.
Would this count as an object, though, that you're painting on it? Oh, no, it says surface. So I think it would.
Sweet.
I think it would. I don't know. I don't know if there's any rules against this, so...
So are we gonna pull out we're gonna pull out the bucket of invisible ink? Fake invisible door
That's
on the
right.
invisible wall.
Sinbad's forging a door again.
Okay. Sinbad pulls out the invisible ink and begins painting a door, a very crude door on an invisible surface. And voila! There is a door.
I'm glad we found those things.
This is... Yeah, this works. Big invisible... Is it like a big pair of invisible double doors? That's what I imagined it to be.
Just to keep up the theme, the doors are kind of invisible too. They just
Yeah.
so you're Mr. Mime in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I guess we go in now.
Okay, I'll say that gets you through the wall of force. You are on the other side, in front of the small bridge. Where do you wish to go from here?
Can we see it now?
Yes, you see the large structure in front of you.
All right, let's head inside then.
Okay.
All right.
There
I'm
are
sure.
a set of like 10-foot double doors going into a very grand looking, going into this opera house.
So we're gonna do this the talking, normal, nice way, or are we gonna do the sneaky man way?
Well, ideally, we're here just to talk to her.
Then we're going to use the front entrance
I suppose.
against the advice of Sinbad from the movie Sinbad, not Sinbad the guy here.
Do we know of
Can
another?
everyone else- Can everyone else see the building at this point, actually?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So.
Okay.
With how the building is set out, it's kind of it's on the lakefront, so there's like kind of no way to get around it. Well, you could water walk around it, but it doesn't seem like there would be a back door or anything.
Yeah, so let's just walk in.
Okay.
Okay.
Scene change.
Oh.
Okay.
I
You
see.
are now in a grand hall that has a stage in front of you. There are two red staircases that lead up to balcony booths on either side of this theater. You see various seats that look like they haven't been used in ages. There's various theater equipment laying about the front of it. The curtain is drawn on the stage. Where do you wish to go?
I'm like, you still have true sight, right?
Yes.
For like an
How
hour.
long
Yes,
does
I
that
do.
last?
It lasts for an hour, and I have true
Okay.
sight out to 120 feet.
Yep.
So pretty big radius. Yeah, pretty much everywhere. So
Bree's gonna cast See Invisibility on herself. It's not as strong, but
Okay. You don't see anything hiding as you look around or see invisibility.
yeah, this is more of a preemptive measure for later.
all right. You said we're attempting to go with friendly measures first.
Hopefully.
Hmm.
I don't want this to turn ugly.
That's a first.
Well, if I were a performer, I'd be backstage.
All
True.
right.
Should we just call out to her, make our presence known? I'm not too sure if there's any reason why we should be moving around stealthily.
But then she'd wonder how we got past the whole wall of force.
I mean,
We
she's gonna
walked
wonder
through
how
it.
to get away. Do you want? Should
Let's just get moving in.
right.
We.
Guess we're walking forward.
Stop
Right.
right there.
Right where? Here?
As you get in here.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there. That makes it easy.
Bravo. You are no ordinary travelers. Judging by how you got through that wall. Who are you? Let me guess, the MDRA sent you?
Not necessarily.
Well, judging how you're loaded with aether, and no ordinary travelers could get through that wall, I'm willing to bet you are.
Oh, you're probably talking about me. I just kind of collect those rocks. I'm kind of, tinkering with them, trying to make my own stuff and that sort of thing.
Okay, well, if that is not the right answer, is Ragazzo there is holding a sword that belongs to the clergy. Or if he come here to kill me? Or imprison me?
Well, if you want, we could use the sword, and that you'll know for certain what we're saying is true.
You see the stage open. And you see a green bipedal Pokemon wearing a mask with flowers all around the collar. Kind of striking this very grandiose pose, looking towards you. And yes, you see her, Sigurd. She's there.
Oh, yeah.
Then why are you here?
Sigurd's gonna telepathic bond. Are we just gonna tell her, or
I don't see why not.
we're here to talk about your boss?
My boss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you are funny, Drago. What boss?
Belladonna, the Green Dragon.
I do not know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. And unless you want to make things difficult, you're going to tell us a little bit about her.
So you barge into my humble abode, accuse me of these... I don't even know what you're accusing me of. You were hired by the MDRA, I know this. You are either assassins or you've come to steal more from me. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of those two.
Well, let me explain why we suspect this green dragon has suddenly gotten its hands on quite a bit of illusion magic that no one else should have any access to, that is very powerful. So either someone took your things and is setting you up, or you are in league. We want to know which is which.
Do a persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
Interesting.
Someone tell me what that raw roll is.
Raw, it's
11 plus things.
It's only 11. Well, that's a 21, so...
Strange, someone is using strange magic, you say? Please elaborate on this, Volpe.
The magic being used is illusion magic, but it is not unstable by any means. It has a ability to seem somewhat physical. It's able to mask entrances and exits. It's able to make it change its shape from person to person entering the area, or someone is able to cast it that frequently in order to do these things. We are suspecting, we know that Belladonna is using it to get her forces around without them knowing exactly where she is, so no one else can know exactly where she is. And while doing so, she attacked and killed several people. We are here to avenge them.
I do not know who this Belladonna is, but I have to admit you have piqued my interest with this line of questioning.
How so?
Well, I'll ask you, what did you plan to do here? Talk to me?
Ideally.
Yeah, if we wanted to kill you, we would not have walked through the front door.
This is true. Very well. Then we will talk. But on one condition.
Hmm.
She snaps her fingers, and from the top of the theater, a hatch opens up, and a box slowly lowers down to right next to Sabrina. I want you to put all your equipment into there. I will return it after, but if we are to talk...
Will you make that pledge under a zone of truth?
No.
Well, if you can't, then how are we to trust that you're going to be giving us our equipment back?
Because you busted into my property, my abode. I am not obligated to do anything for you.
Ma'am, I don't think you understand.
I'm gonna subtle cast detect thoughts.
Sigurd
That's
is
possible.
When you try to probe her mind, it's like nothing's there.
Oh yeah, fair enough. I thought I was gonna get like spaghetti and meatballs or something.
my blank. Okay.
I know it is hard to trust me, but trust me, I'm a little wary these days.
I can imagine. But
With how many times we've been backstabbed, so are we.
Yes, it is a cruel place here.
look, we're here to get answers. And as
And
he does
I
this,
will-
he kind of
And I will provide them if you comply to my terms. We have a very strict dress code at this theater, Drago.
Sinbad will be like, well, we'll tell. I guess he'll say to everyone, I can, if it's okay, I could just agree to the terms, and you guys could leave. Is that acceptable?
that's up to
Oh.
you
That's up to her.
and up to her.
Yeah, he's asking this out loud.
If you leave, I will accept these terms. But those three are not allowed in here if they are armed or have any knickknacks or baubles the MDRA has given to them.
Seb, are you sure about this?
You're welcome to join him, Volpe, if you put in your things as well.
Can I give them to my friends when they leave?
Yes. See.
Alright. She's gonna give all of her, she's gonna say, Sigurd, are you planning on leaving?
I'm not taking all. I'm not. No, I'm. No, I'm not gonna be walking into this trap.
Okay. In that case, she'll give all of her stuff to Sigurd.
Yeah, I'm assuming in order for this to hold up, Sinbad still has to go through with it, so he'll do the box thing.
Oh.
If you give them to your friends, I will allow that too, but they must leave. They are not welcome here if they do not want to agree to my terms.
Sinbad's still going to do it just to see how trustworthy she is in the long term.
Okay. And she wants everything off. Like, you're allowed to keep your armor on. I don't care if you keep that. It'll take too long for you to take off. But I don't think you two ever. But spellcasting focuses, spell books, everything.
Ugh.
Right.
Yeah, so he's
Offload.
doing that. I suppose this means that she can see his eyes at this point because he's taken off the goggles.
Yes, molto bene. Very good. She, Sigurd and Aiden, you're just leaving?
Yeah. As Sigurd does that, he's going to telepathically speak to Sabrina. Tell me where you're going.
Don't worry, you'll know everything that's happening.
Yes, and if anything happens, yell at me. I can get us in there quick.
I don't know about
Me
this.
looking at my spell list, making sure nothing with M is on the list.
I don't know about this guy. He's
It's alright.
I don't either, but
I also have 2 spell scrolls that I would like to use on you. They are dispel magic.
nah.
Alright.
Okay. Very good. Come up to the stage. And she just kind of like waves you two off to leave.
okay.
Alright, you go outside.
Leaving.
Alright, so you go onto the stage. And stand right here. She points to in front of there. So you notice something quite funny too. What's the range of dispel magic? Yeah.
120 feet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So you notice you've been talking to a mirror the whole time,
Okay.
and she's actually
Yeah.
over here. She has 2 scrolls in her hand. She opens them up and shows that they're dispel magic.
That's one.
May I use them?
Yes.
She begins incanting it, and she does it on you, Sabrina. I gotta roll for this because it's Rary's telepathic bond is level 5.
5, yeah.
That'll be a 18 in total. So I think that gets it. It's a 15, right? I just need to get a 15 because level 5.
Right.
All
Yeah.
right. And then on you, Sinbad, that will be 16.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, I don't think that does anything because I wasn't concentrating or whatever.
Oh, I think it gets rid of... No, it just gets rid of it.
Mm.
Very well. Follow me. She hops off and starts leading you this way around the... into this room right here. Right here. Yeah. And she shuts the door.
It's a small room.
Yeah. You have to forgive me for the lack of space. Anyway, make yourselves at home. It's in this cramped place with like barrels and just tables. It's just kind of you're all almost next to each other.
Yeah, Sabrina's like squished up against Sib's side.
I am quite interested in these spells you have been seeing. The cause of it was a dragon, you say? I have no idea. You mean like Drago who was following you?
Similar, but much bigger and more powerful. I don't know if you've heard what happened to Kaldir, but that was essentially the cousin of this creature, the younger cousin.
I don't know what a calder is. You see, I've been quite cut off. If you, well, who sent you? I guess is that what I should ask.
Well, I suppose I don't know how aware you are of the goings on of the continent. You are aware of the factions that have taken up hold here.
I know the Academy is probably here, and I know the Hallowed Flames are here.
Well, Abolition and the Expedition Society are also here. Well,
I don't care about them.
right.
I could care less.
However, the Expedition Society started exploring here since fires have been unable to be started, as I'm sure you may have noticed.
Oh, yes, I have certainly noticed.
And because of this, they established a town to get people onto this continent to hopefully find the problem. A very large and white creature came in and attacked the town. We went and killed it. And then about a month or so later, it was attacked and ravaged by a bunch of bandits who had snuck onto this continent, led by another fearsome dragon creature, but this one is much bigger and larger and, well, as I said, uses a lot of tricks and manipulation in order to get its way, and it seems like, well, again, you asked us if we had come here to steal more from you. I assume someone must have taken some of your spells and started casting those in her favor. Am I incorrect in assuming you've already had something taken?
No, this is simply the story of my life, Volpe.
Having great talent and having someone else trying to take it, exploit it, use it, copy it.
Well, you see, many of the early discoveries of Aether were by me. And I designed many of the procedures that the MDRA are using to create magic items. And they stole all this from me. And took credit for it.
I can't say I'm surprised.
In one way, I should have seen it coming, but I had a lot of friends and colleagues in the Academy that I still dearly miss. But the vote to cast me out and dub me a malfeasant was unanimous, so I don't think that is mutual. And these are the same people who nodded with my ideas, who cast me out for the very same.
Very much of that, whenever they get caught, they throw someone under the rug and continue doing as they were.
See, that is exactly what happened. But you're probably not here to hear my life story, but a part that you might be interested in is you know who I am, correct?
She nods.
Yeah.
We actually learned about you from a fan of yours before we learned about you from elsewhere.
Ugh, that was another sign of disrespect. If it's a fan, it was one of the many birthday parties they sent me to on the MDRA disrespecting my family's magic. They don't have any respect for magic unless it blows things up.
Yeah, that checks out.
Well, for what it's worth, it did mean a lot to that kid.
He actually considers you one of his friends. A little Flareon about this tall now, named Jameson.
I remember an Eevee like that. I don't remember a Flareon.
Oh, well, yeah, he did kind of... As I understand it, well, his mom's sick, so he's trying to get enough money for an operation for her. So knowing that being able to produce fire would get him here, or be his fast track here, he kind of impulsively evolved himself into a Flareon.
That is... Look, back to the point. Yes, my family, Grimoire, I am not the first, I am the ninth, are famous illusionists. And while being disrespected by the MDIRA for it, illusions no one has ever seen that can bend the very fabric of reality, can get through the sights of otherworldly sight, disrespected and sent to children's birthday parties. I was visiting Lumhausen, a city in the air continent, doing one of those birthday parties, and my spellbook was stolen. You're saying a dragon did it, but I don't think a dragon did it.
No. If you've lost your spellbook, though, that would explain...
There's a potential we might know at least someone who will know, but continue.
No, I never expected to find it here. No. This is the first lead I've gotten in quite some time. It was stolen about 9 months ago. And it is very interesting. Do you have proof? Any proof of this claim that you've seen my family spells somewhere?
We do, but we'd have to get it from our friends.
Yes,
Not because we took it, because someone took it out of your spellbook, we presume, tore it out, and then perished.
Well, you understand why I don't want you armed.
Yes, I understand now. As for the proof, it is out in my spellbook. We found a scroll of, 1 second. She remembers, I forgot. Memory cloak out in the middle of nowhere. I put it in my spellbook. Sorry, I just love magic.
I would have maybe respected you did not do that. That is supposed to be for my family and my family alone. But if I was able to get that back, copy it back from you, maybe I can forgive this transgression.
Absolutely.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting.
But your spellbook being stolen, there is someone else on this continent that works with this dragon, and her name is Ela. The way that she made her presentation on this island was by destroying an illusion of a dragon to gain instant favor with all the residents here. It involved glass. She shot an arrow, and glass was found as the component. We knew someone else was running away. We thought it was you, but clearly it was whoever stole your spellbook. If anyone knows who that person is, it would be Ela or the dragon. Either one could be found. Though, if they are your spells, perhaps you could help us find this dragon.
Well,
And retake what's rightfully yours.
Well, you haven't directly answered me yet. Who sent you here? You obviously knew who you were looking for, and you say you know my name. It makes me believe it's either the MDRA or the Hallowed Flames. I know this.
Sabrina sighs and says, "It was the MDRA indirectly. We weren't initially going to go after you, but we kind of got our paws tied together. One of their planar scientists wanted us to bring an object from one of the other elemental planes, and I'm sure you can understand why that's a bad idea. We decided not to comply, so we made a deal, and they had us come after you."
Yeah, okay. I thought as much. I appreciate you being honest. And they're probably not going to want you to come back empty-handed, see?
Correct.
Yes, but
Given everything we know, though, I would honestly prefer not to be able to bring anything back to them.
Well,
With Memory Cloak, we could probably set up some way to have them believe. Well,
but your stuff was destroyed.
you were
maybe.
thinking just like them, Volpe.
her ears kind of sag down a little bit.
We could... This is very... Now that you've told me, this is very easy. I can deceive them while telling them the truth. So what did they want from me?
They just wanted your family's spells.
Just my spells?
Oh, and all of your work on the Aether.
Okay, this is simple. Follow me. She guides you backstage. Over here.
Just give them an elaborate ruse, I suppose.
No, not even. She leads you over to a tank full of trout. It's like really full of trout. And she grabs a glass bowl and scoops one up and puts one on a box. You see this? This is my pet. You want to know what her name is?
I don't see why not.
It's Grimoire the Ninth. Now, I'm going to give Grimoire the Ninth here a very inconsequential piece of my research. Here you go, Grimoire the Ninth. And then she steps back. Now, what are you going to do to her?
Bree's just kind of blinking a few times. I suppose take her back and say this is what we found?
She just kind of face palms. No, just kill her and take her research.
Oh, right. Okay. She does. She takes the fish and kills it.
I don't think we have anything to kill it with.
Right.
You are a fire type. I'm quite hungry. I have been eating them raw.
Oh, right. Okay. She breathes fire on it until it's cooked.
Good. Now we have dinner. And what are you going to do to her research?
Give it
Destroy
to
it?
them.
Eat it?
Take
Give it to them?
Yes. They already know that. So you've just taken all her research. Oh, what a tragedy. Very good. Now let's get on to more pressing matters. You can invite your friends back in.
Okay. She goes out to get the others.
I guess.
Okay, guys, you can come in now.
I don't know if the box is still there or not.
Oh,
She
shit,
snaps her
then-
finger.
Oh,
She snaps her finger, and a invisible force starts pulling on a pulley behind the stage as it lowers the box full of your stuff.
It's okay. It's done.
Well, we've got more to talk about, but thankfully, it doesn't look like there's going to be a fight today.
It's okay. Okay, yeah,
What
here's
about
stuff.
the reason we're here then?
Oh, she knows. Don't worry about it. We've got a cover story.
Oh, okay.
We killed her
Okay.
pet fish, Grimoire the Ninth, and took its
Took
research.
Well, why don't you test our Getzo's sword and
Oh.
see if it works under scrutiny?
Yeah. Test.
And looks a little confused. Wait, this is supposed to work through.
Go ahead and try it.
Okay. He'll draw Holy Avenger and cast Zone of Truth.
All right.
Grimoire the Ninth and took her research.
Will you fail to it, Sabrina?
Yeah.
All right. Now, what are you gonna say?
We killed Grimoire the Ninth and took her research.
Wow, it does work.
Interesting.
He just blinks repeatedly.
All right. Well, that works, I suppose. So we have the MDRA squared away then.
Yep.
So,
Thank the Titan.
wait, what's the whole story then with
I believe we are going to mutually benefit each other, maybe.
Right. She gets her stuff from Sigurd, takes out her spell book, and opens it to Memory Cloak and holds it over.
You are not lying. This is indeed my great grandfather's spell. It does make me furious knowing someone else is using it, though.
Would the location at which we found it provide any? Well, it was in the middle of nowhere.
Well, what Volpe has been telling me is a dragon has it. A formidable one. See?
We might need to clarify that a bit. We don't know if it's the dragon itself, but there is someone working with this Ela individual casting the magic. That much we know.
Could be 3 parties, could be the 2.
considering we saw the fake dragon with Ela had called her, and then other than that, we've had the other thing with bandits being paid with pebbles.
Oh,
that they think were coins.
that sounds like another one of my family spells.
That's what initially led us to come here to you.
But you said you're finding scrolls. I never made any scrolls of my grandfather's magic.
Which means someone's now copying them.
Yes. And if it's you said it was the Queen's bandits that are doing this? Had these things?
They don't have their things. They're being used to cover their tracks. Someone else is casting them without them knowing it's being cast upon them. They're not smart.
They're being paid to work with that money.
Well, I have no doubt in my mind that spellbook is being warded. No doubt. They still, if someone stole it from me, they must have known who I am and what I had at the resources I had at my disposal at the time. Which I do not have anymore. I don't even have the ring anymore. She shows her wrist.
The ring?
The
looplet.
Yeah, the looplet.
Do you know of anyone who would want to frame you in such a way?
I don't think it was to frame me. I think it was just to steal it.
Can't have been the dragon themselves, because they haven't been a problem until fairly recently. You said it was 9 months. Actually, well, I wouldn't know that, but
yes. Well, see, it has been 9 months.
Yeah,
That points to Ela or Ela has her own assistant, a third player that we have yet to discover.
I really hope that's not the case.
But how exactly are... But then they're in cahoots with the dragon in some way.
Maybe not knowingly.
Maybe? Though, what you spoke to her directly, did you not? And got some information? Sinbad? Sabrina?
We know that Ela is working with Belladonna and is she was surprised at how much we knew. She was afraid we were about to find her out. Then when we gave the location, she immediately turned it against us and stopped resisting, which tells us that she is definitely trying to make this fail and then blame us for it.
How proficient is the Drago in the Drago you're hunting in magic?
Well,
From what we can tell, they consider their capabilities natural. They don't try to explore other avenues like a mage would.
Because only members of the MDRA would be capable of scribing a spellbook as powerful as mine.
they aren't... Yeah, they aren't wizards or casters themselves.
Yes,
all-
Sinbad nods. So there is almost certainly a third player then.
And Ela is not proficient in magic?
I don't think so. She has her arrows tipped with spells, but I suspect those are created by her assistant.
Well, you see on the stage, there's always misdirection. You see how I fooled you with that mirror there?
Mm-hmm.
Non-magical tricks are always the funnest, though, because they hold up to scrutiny until you get them.
Have you lost any of your objects to this being? Preferably something unique and one of a kind.
The dragon, you mean?
This force, this...
Yes. Well, I would assume so. Assuming when the Queensmen took our stuff from Calder, that means they probably would have taken it to the dragon.
Yeah, you've lost some stuff.
Your
I don't
stuff.
think they cared about my trading cards.
Well,
But
even
possible.
even that would do. Something very obscure. Because I think I can help you find this.
Did they take the book?
Did they take any of the stats?
They didn't take the book, but they took the
No.
keys.
What
They
about the
did.
other-
Oh,
Let me propose. Though I was ejected from the academy, I took, like any good actor, a few props on my way out. And I have a lot of locate object scrolls. Wait.
That would certainly help.
And
That's
that's why I ask if you lost any obscure items. Because they're most definitely warding or hiding my book. But
Bree just kind of chuckles. No, wait, that was a locate creature. Never mind.
But just simple trinkets and knickknacks, especially a unique one. I doubt they're warding stuff like that.
Would they have stolen any of the glass sculpture?
No, those were destroyed.
Hmm.
We saw that one firsthand.
Bree had one of Kai's scales.
They stole his
That's-
scale?
They stole his scale.
But you still need a general location where you to search. Do you have this?
We have a general location, but
They'd have to still be somewhere near Caldy, or they're still using it as an outpost. At least that's where Eli is. Although
I'm asking where you think you're looking for these things that were stolen from you. See?
Yes.
yeah,
We do have an idea.
Bree takes
There-
out the map and points to where we initially thought the dragon was. This is where we thought that the dragon would be until
we
my
found out
brother read
about-
Ela's mind and told her, and we found out that she wanted us to go there.
that's where the illusions are. But we know that the dragon likes caves and water. We think that there might be tunnels around this area that they might be using as well.
Then it might be close to there. Very
To
well.
there being here or or over here, and she points to the initial spot.
The place where you thought the dragon was. She's open to wherever you think it is, but
Okay.
I have an abundance of these spells. So I will help you on the condition you help me get my spell book back.
Well,
I
we've
can't
already
read
did
that.
what we needed to do for the MDRA.
Yes, very good. Yes, I understand if you work with them. They're very lucrative, let's just say.
Yeah, very good at forcing you to work with them.
They're also kind of one of the means of transportation around the continent.
Transportation?
Teleportation circles. They have a system set up already, or at least 2 locations.
There's one inside here.
Really?
Hmm.
She
I
take-
should mention to you, they know that you're here.
No, they don't.
They do. I thought they did.
They know they know she's on the continent, I think, but not her location.
Yeah.
They knew of a illusion castle. They didn't know where.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking of. They
That's
know. They said there's an illusion castle to look for, so they might find you out soon.
Well, thankfully, there's no castle to be seen outside.
That's true.
Well, if that's the case, that your coming here maybe has compromised me a little bit.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you find this place, or how did you set that up to begin with if your spell book is gone?
There's a as I told you, I made many breakthroughs with Aether. Well, I didn't tell you this. I told Vulpe that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a generator in the back that runs off of Aether that keeps the illusion up of making the place invisible, and the wall of force. Some days I miss out on it and it becomes visible, so I have to choose between survival sometimes and keeping up the illusion.
I see.
Well, if you think you're compromised here, we have a place that you could go.
Is that more safe?
Is it considering
I mean, it's just as worded. No one knows we have it there, except for,
That is true.
your sister.
That is
Yeah.
true. Her and I suppose any of Nero's goons, although
Well,
I
we
don't-
ran
I
them
don't-
off.
that's
this can be
true.
a bit of an explanation though for
Yeah, it's just the offer's on the table if you're in trouble. I know that we seem very suspicious and shifty, but we really are trying to just stop the fire curse. And trust me, as someone of special talent myself, I know how the MDRA gets when you are special, which is why we took this mission. But likewise, we tried to find a way out.
Well, there is quite a simple way to find out. Ragazzo, turn on that sword again.
Okay. I guess he'll cast Stone of Truth using Holy Avenger again.
No, I need you. Well, this is an artifact of the hallowed flames, is it not? I don't know how you got this, but
It was in a rock.
Didn't you find it? Yeah.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
pulled it out.
I want you, all of you, to swear on that sword that I will not be imprisoned, attacked, or any harm will come to me if I go with you.
Yes,
I
I
swear
agree
it.
to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh dear, yeah.
Wait.
I have to ask you this, since this just came to mind. When we were speaking with the MDRA, they told us, amongst other things, that the reason for your expulsion was due to wanting to leave. Well, I believe it had something to do with wanting to break the, what was it, the doctrine,
Edicts.
whatever, the edicts. Is that true?
She pauses. See, it is true.
One of our allies at that actually many of our allies at that base of operation, they're not affiliated with the Hallowed Flames, but I'm sure they are very much willing to enforce the edicts should they and when they eventually have the ability to do so. Your safety there, if you were to continue to pursue such matters, may not be guaranteed.
I don't think Eldirion would hurt her.
I don't believe he would, but those, well, they were
He's
enforced by
he's
the
a snob,
MDRA.
but he's not cruel.
Well,
That is fair.
do you wish to hear my side of the story?
Sure.
Yes, I would.
Fair enough.
Do you think you two, she points to Sinbad and Serena, do you think the edicts are fair?
I don't know.
I certainly don't.
I think they're an antiquated system put in place for a time where mages were a problem, where that isn't the case anymore necessarily.
I'm pretty sure that I am banned by the edicts from the get-go. I never learned them.
Well, it seems we are very like-minded, Volpe, because I think the exact same thing. They are antiquated and need to be reformed.
But not necessarily completely eradicated.
Maybe not, but I am sick to being a lapdog for everyone else.
I agree. The only reason I bring up the reformed part is because we are loosely aligned with the Hallowed Flames right now, and I do have a very good friend there who actually has expressed to me that he has nothing against arcane casters in the first place. So there are members there that would probably be willing to listen to a proposed reforming.
You don't understand, us one person is not going to change the world.
Well, there's 4 of us and we're trying.
Yeah, I
Sinbad
suppose on
shrugs. It's a start, and that's all we can really hope to accomplish is potentially start with 1 and
And
2.
I'll tell you exactly what probably got me ousted was I thought the Academy should have taken the Ice Continent by force because the edicts don't apply here. There is no government, there are no nobles. The Hallowed Flames are in the wrong for even enforcing them here.
You're not necessarily wrong.
Yes, I know.
See.
Yes, but we also don't want to start a war where there need not be one.
considering all the factions have kind of just been at each other's throats.
And ours.
Yes, but there are good people within all of these places. I don't consider you to be evil for having worked at the MDRA. I don't consider our friend in the Hallowed Flames to be evil for working with them. And it would be a shame to lose these people under such prejudice.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone else sees anyone who casts spells as monsters. Not everyone, but a good majority, I'm willing to wager. Because it links back to what our ancestors did. And yes, see, they were tyrants and they abused powers, they killed and murdered. But the thing is we are not them. And should we continuously be shackled to this for eternity because of this? No, we should not.
I agree, but if we try to enforce that, they're just going to say that we're doing the same thing that happened back then.
I'm willing to bet if we dug deeper into the past, we can find barbaric and horrible roots in the Hallowed Flames in anyone. But that will be
already seeing
overlooked.
that quite right now.
Sabrina gives Sinbad a look.
He's
We're already
like,
seeing that quite right now.
he's like, it's. I mean, he's gonna be like, well, they've allowed my presence, and they know who my past is.
Regardless, this I didn't intend for this to become a full discussion on the right or wrong of the edicts themselves. But you're right. The edicts are enforced by the Hallowed Flames, not by them. So I believe that yes, you would be safe there. My apologies. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't unintentionally misleading you.
No problemo.
No, Alderion might actually enjoy that kind of debate.
I'm sure he would, but
I
that's for him.
I am just sick and tired of things being stolen from me. The Academy stole my research, the Hallowed Flames steal my freedom, and now I hear this dragon is the one who stole my spellbook, my family's legacy. I just want to make sure you're not trying to steal my life.
No.
No.
We never had any intention of.
Trust me, as someone who's had his life stolen, I think I
Yeah.
understand you the most.
I'd rather do anything but cause unnecessary bloodshed.
Very well then, I will go with you. I must pack a few things if you're willing to help, especially you, Drago, you're pretty strong.
Oh. Sure thing.
Alright.
Aiden will actually just briefly offer her the handy sack because he hasn't been using it yet.
We can use that, yes. She takes you back as you see this, large kind of generator. It's just kind of pumping this purple smoke.
Huh.
And you see it kind of leaking at the bottom, this band that goes to, it starts translucent, but then it turns invisible, and it's going into the walls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If we're probably gonna move this to this new location of yours, it will put the exact same effects over that is doing here. It requires some aether to run, so.
Well, I've got
Does
a
it-
little bit stored up.
Does this look like it's mostly magic made, or does it look more akin to something Aiden might actually be able to figure out?
It looks like both, actually.
Interesting.
And you all, as you go back there too, you see this plate mail that looks like full on medieval plate mail, but it has the like lines of the meteor going through it, and it's on a kind of a stand right there.
Wait. Sigurd's gonna dispel the illusion on his plate mail.
Yes. Oh, one of the. You made that through the research they stole from me?
I suppose they did.
Oh no, this
Just
is
gonna
far
reapply
different.
it.
This is the Frostwalker armor. This is how I've been staying warm.
Ah, I see. Huh.
But yes, gather that up too.
Right.
Yeah. I'll need this if I plan on going into the other end of the continent.
Right. Yes, let's. How are we going to move this? Well, is it safe to be picked up?
It's operating right now. I can turn it off, but I wish to turn off before we leave.
Right.
Here's a few spell scrolls. We can take these with us. Here's a prop. I like this one. This one's really good. I don't know. It's not mine, but this place came with it, and I really think it's magnificent.
What is it a prop of?
It's just like a top hat and a fake flower.
She's gonna put it on his head as and keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. She's
All
just.
right.
I suppose we'll still have this place if someone doesn't take it from us. If I'm at your other abode. She takes you to a room in the back. I'll move Sabrina. It's in here, and there's a teleportation circle there. It looks like she hasn't been using this room, but it's there.
All right.
All right.
Let's see.
The
What
MD or not the MD.
Bree's
right,
gonna
but the
memorize
hologram.
that. Bree's gonna memorize that thing. You said this looked like an opera house.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually named it on the map now as Illusionist Opera House.
Okay. So Bree's gonna memorize that, and she's
Hey,
gonna
where's
say,
the generator? Is it in here? Oh.
and once everyone's here, she's gonna say, "Everyone ready to go?"
Hang on. So once the generator is done, he's basically just going to lift it,
All right. Yeah.
maybe giant's might if need be,
Really
and just
imagine-
kind of drop it, or not drop it, but like place it down in the middle of the circle.
I imagine while all this is going on, Aiden's been like following her around since he's got the backpack.
There's also like a
Yeah.
makeshift. You also notice there's like a makeshift workshop as well that you can see like a bunch of arcane tools and stuff that she's bringing with her. Obviously.
Oh man, she's gonna
Yeah.
love it in our base
Oh, like
because we got a fancy one.
Bree's got a new best friend.
oh no.
Oh no!
Between you and Jameson, I don't think she'll like it anymore.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough.
Don't worry, I'll warn her before we go.
All right.
But just a word of warning: you have a fan.
Yeah.
I
He's a sweetheart. He might ask you to do a few tricks, but we'll try to get him to keep calm and not, inundate you with requests.
I wish the top of my priorities right now is my spell book and my spell book alone.
Sabrina nods,
It works.
and she's gonna start casting teleportation circle.
But before that, Grimoire joined the
Oh.
party.
Oh.
There
Guys, this means I have to go make another sheet.
Well, you can just
Alright.
copy one of them.
Have
Yeah.
fun.
All right. So, you incant your spell, and the portal opens, taking you back to Right there.
First thing we're gonna have to do is
It's Alterion.
E-
He's right there.
Isaac, we brought someone with us. Do not attack her. She is a
There's
guy.
just
He's not even in
just
the
a
room.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know, but
There's
even
just a
still.
machine in Alderion's library now. It's like
Or is Sigurd just? Oh, right now he put it in the.
he's like it's like on the ground and he has to like pick it up. It's like, all right, let's find somewhere not here.
Right, let's take it to the lab.
You know, I don't like that thing there as you keep barging in here, making it noisy. And who is that?
This is our friend. And unfortunately, this is where the teleportation circle is. Unless you know how to move them.
Without breaking them.
I do not know how to do that. That is not my area of expertise.
Don't worry. We'll send a formal apology to Nero on your behalf about putting teleportation circles in libraries.
A complaint. How expensive or time consuming would it be to make a new one, anyways?
With just me, about a year.
Oh,
Yeah, I could have sworn I remember that being mentioned before.
that's rather expensive. Okay.
Yeah, even if the three of us knew it, it would still take 3.5 months.
Well, mi chiamo Grimoire the Ninth. Grimoire, the individual you were talking about before.
Yes.
Very
So
same.
we've learned more about her, and she's willing to help us find Belladonna. Belladonna stole her spellbook. So with her help, we'll be able to
Wow.
track her down and do what needs to be done.
No, if that works. I just imagined you were going to do something else when you were discussing your plan of attack. I didn't imagine you were going to bring her back here.
Well, to be honest, we didn't either, but I'm glad it turned out that way.
Well, fine then. Time is wasting.
Quite.
Yes.
I'll go look for Jameson. Everyone else go find Isaac. I'm pretty sure he needs to be the priority to find. Make sure he doesn't
Move.
attack our friend.
Well,
Get this out of here.
since it's nighttime, you catch them just as they're coming back from hunting. So
Oh, how timely. Hello, boys.
Hi, Sabrina.
Jameson?
That's you should have
no.
that's my best friend from my my 5th birthday.
Oh no.
Yes, Jameson. She's trying to keep things very
Professional.
professional. Yes, thank you, Sid.
As he kind of like runs out. Could you do the trick with the flower?
Oh, no.
She kind of like gives a deep sigh and she puts the flower in her hand, like covers it, and then it's gone. Did you see that? Did you see that? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Oh no. Oh no.
You're so
As-
incorrigible, Jameson.
As like
How?
as Ezek kind of like takes a swig,
Yes. So.
and then he squints. How did she do that?
Well, at any rate, Isaac, just for the record, she is staying here with us, so you do.
Oh,
not
you're
need to
gonna love it here,
defend
Gawar.
us against her.
Sabrina's like really good at magic, not the kind of magic where you make things disappear and make 5 of yourself and stuff, but she's magic too. You're really gonna like it. Just like how I here's my new friend Ezek. He's a really good guy. And this Ezek goes just like a alcohol.
Sigurd just kind of
So Sabrina kind of leans to Grimoire and says, "Well, make sure you get your own room."
See. Anyway, I have to go. No more performances.
Where does this need to go? It's quite
Oh.
heavy.
Oh, just put it. Do you have an arcane laboratory somewhere?
Yes, something
Yeah,
along
well,
those lines.
How did I grab that? What
We'll
happened?
show you that if you want. We can show you the plant room as well. I know some of the plants have magical qualities to them out here.
Oh yes. See, I know. I've been tending to some.
Yeah, I was too, but I'm the only one that really knows how to. So whenever I leave, they tend to die.
Not just you.
Well,
All
we
right.
both
I
left and
was
they all
kind
died.
I was kind of busy.
Okay. Guess what, Grimoire? There's a concert hall in there too. So if you ever want to do like the same tricks that he did when I was little, you could go there. I know you're busy, but you can go there and do it there.
Sabrina pats him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
How about I show you the lab and
Let's see.
Oh,
She
please
follows
do that.
Sigurd.
yeah.
And just they're awkwardly poking his fingers together. I'm not even sure how to.
Where even is the lab again? It's not the
That
there.
was
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Yeah,
Oh.
that one.
Got it.
second floor.
Okay, yeah.
We need to
It's
put a
below
thing-
the plant room, if I recall right.
No, plant room is on the other side.
Yeah. It's on the third
This
floor.
is-
Third floor, other
This is-
side.
Plant room is third floor, other
Oh,
side.
there it is.
Above the study.
We gotta get some notes down and mark these.
Need
things.
more sticky notes.
Yeah. I don't know why, but for some reason I can't find the sticky note icon.
Neither here.
You have to download it, I think.
Oh. It's part
Only,
of
only you can create sticky notes.
all I have is a drill. Anyways.
Yeah. You
So,
it's just Sigurd in here with her?
yeah, as he's kind of like placing down the machine, it's like, "Ugh, there we go.
I'm like, I think
This-
that will
this good?
probably follow as well.
This
Yes.
is-
Actually, I think we all
See?
have to go because we're still carrying her stuff.
Yeah.
True.
Just
Okay.
Sabrina
Everyone
broke
has
off.
to.
Non male. Not bad. She goes over to the desk where you've been working with the. You have been working with the Aether?
Yes, I haven't gotten very far. I've developed a crude process to grind it down into dust and make simple shapes with it, but I have a much more grand project in mind that I wanted to work with Aiden on, actually, but we haven't had time to do it.
That is very dangerous, you know.
Yes, I know.
Considering the number of times that we've kind of blown things up.
I'd imagine. But
Well, I can't. There's not really much more I can do. The MDRA is unwilling to share what they stole from you, probably.
they will not. And I don't even have the tools to make what I have the potential of making with my research. But if we can get into that tower over to the east, perhaps I can.
We will make it to that tower over to the east.
Have you made anything
Well,
so far?
If it coincides with ending the fire curse anyway.
No, we're going there. No ifs, ands, or buts.
He just kind of face palms.
Have you made anything yet, other than these scorch marks on the ground?
Not successfully, but I do have two ideas. The first one was something fairly simple. I probably should have made it first before attempting something more complex, but she takes out a little needle, the two little needles, and she says, well, you probably discovered it first, but I discovered that these basically act as a compass of sorts and will point to the nearest source of, well, you call it Aether, I call it Enigma energy.
Well, there's where you'd be wrong, Volpe. I never discovered this.
Really? I discovered something first by myself?
I'm amazed you even got this far.
She kind of blushes and tries to recompose herself a bit and says, "Well, my first idea was basically just to make a simple compass out of this. It would, well, do exactly what you expect." And she'll kind of take out the little piece of paper with the that she has with the little schematics for what I told you about all that time ago, and hands it to her to look at it.
The multimeter.
Oh no, that's something else. She says,
Oh,
"I've also got plans for this. I call it the Enigma meter." And she holds up what crude plan she has for that
Interesting.
and says, "I have other research. Well, I guess I can share it with you. Given everything you've been through, I feel like you wouldn't steal it from me, right?"
Who would I take it to?
She just kind of shrugs.
No, I will not.
"Okay. I'll come back once we've gotten settled back in, and I'll let you know about all of that, okay?"
Yes, I think the priority should be on the spellbook first before we start dabbling in anything else. What school are you in, by the way?
Abjuration.
Another underappreciated school.
Oh, I know, right?
Well, with how far you have gotten, it's... Well, let me tell you, you are a talented spellcaster.
You really think so?
No, I know so. You have the evidence right here, Volpe.
She's still blushing, and she says, "Thanks. You don't know how much that means to me to have someone as, well,
You're the
powerful as you
first
saying that."
No.
wizard to finally tell her that.
I know exactly how it feels, because mine was underappreciated too. It's always with evocation or necromancy.
Yeah, it does seem that way, doesn't it?
I mean, transmutation's pretty cool too.
She kind of like side eyes you, glaring.
I'm more partial to conjuration myself, but I'm not a caster.
Sinbad just kind of shrugs. He's like, "But I suppose that just might be because it's my natural talent, and I don't get a choice in the matter."
Yeah. Well then. I did bring those scrolls. I have... Roll 3d10.
You guys want me to roll it since these are scrolls we're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, you're playing Sabrina.
Three.
Oh,
9,
wow.
7, 7.
Jeez.
I have 23 locate object scrolls.
Ooh. It's quite a few.
She kind of looks up at her and says, "You know what I'm going to ask, right?"
If you can put them in your book,
Well, one of them, but yes.
knock yourself out.
Yay! Thank you. And
Well,
she
if
kind of
we're-
holds her paw. She holds her paws out for one of the scrolls, and she's kind of bouncing on her hind paws.
Keep in mind, I saved these to find my spellbook.
Yes.
I know.
Well,
And don't worry,
I took them from the MDRA as I was being expelled,
Yeah.
but...
Well, I suppose you were going to find this at some point. We do have the means to scry in this place,
That's
but we'll point you to that at a later date when you're settled.
Well, I don't want to take that from you. It is yours. I don't want to use it for my own means.
And mainly her getting locate object in her spellbook, but also just free up resources.
don't worry, I will be using it to look for your book, but like you said, it's probably warded since it's so powerful.
How many do you think you'll need if you're going to go out with them?
If we're smart about our usage, maybe only one or two, maybe two or three, I'd say. I can think of two places where we'd want to check in general. And then, obviously, well, if we need if we need a more precise measurement,
You
an
say
extra wouldn't hurt.
you say this foe you are going to is quite formidable too. Do you have the means of fighting said foe?
We've
Well, fortunately, we've got a pretty good track record. We've taken 4 of its kind out.
three, but yes.
We have the Expedition Society is willing to send someone with us to fight it, assuming we can find the correct spot now. If we can't, they're going to be very, very, very upset with us.
Well, if you find it, I suggest you hit it right away.
Hmm.
And dilly-dally and go get more, because that just gives them time to prepare if they have discovered you.
Bruna sighs and says, "You're right."
Considering how cunning we already know Belladonna is, yeah, we might want to just...
Yeah. I should say, other than locate object, are there any pieces of advice that you could give us with seeing through these illusions or shielding our minds against them, finding holes, anything like that?
Well, many of the spells in my great 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 grandfather's spell book, a lot of them are, well, all of them are illusions. So if you can see through illusions, then it should keep you safe. But some are illusions that affect the mind, much like an enchantment. So they will offer you no help there. And others will do damage to you regardless.
Yeah. I also suppose, should we use your little mind shield thing on ourselves before visiting the MDRA about finding any of your spells, just to be safe, so
No,
we'll never know?
no, do not use that. You should have enough. You should have a convincing story and the proof, so to speak, to provide. So
All right.
I don't even have my spell book, so you never got
Right.
that.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we were covering all of our bases.
No, there's.
Now, is there anything I should know about the occupants of this fortress? There's obviously the child, and there's the ravishing gentleman next to him.
Other than that, we have four others here: Pandora, the Pikachu, Aldirion. You've met the Cyndaquil, Orthonatrix, the Pansage, and then we have Thor, who recently moved in, and
Who are they?
they are more or less the ones that have been helping us track down these dragons and bring them to justice. And their goal is to end the fire curse and the cause of it, which is pretty much Krya, if you've heard it about her. Their goal is to remove her above all else.
Are they with the Expedition Society? You mentioned them.
They're their own thing. They act like they are the protectors of the world. They use a little bit of illusion magic themselves.
Hmm.
She's gonna be living here, so they're great worms.
Pardon.
She's gonna be living here, guys. You think she's not gonna find out, especially since she's proficient in illusion magic?
Oh, I know. It's just it's easier to describe them as what they are on a day-to-day basis.
Then
Then
explained by their name.
more or
Their
less they are ancient deities that this continent transfigured into those dragons. When we kill the dragons, we free them from an imprisoned state, but they are weakened. So they take refuge here, and eventually we will allow them to do what they set out to do, which is to end Krya's attempt to take over our world.
It sounds crazy, but it ends up being, well, I mean, you wouldn't just ask them, probably.
They're il potere, powerful.
Well, not right now. But they need our help to become powerful again. Basically, they want us to kill them over and over until they become really, really strong like they were before in something called the Dragon Rite.
Long story short, they are very useful allies. They are weak right now, and they are deity-like, almost, but they're currently in a weakened state. We are currently helping take care of their echoes, as they have called them. That is the dragon that we are going after right now, and the final. It is us, and our goal currently is to free them of that not malformed, but corrupted state, and then help them regain their strength so so we alongside them can end the fire curse and defeat Krya and their current puppets ally unsure Nero.
Well, this is a lot to digest, you have to understand, but
A bit.
if you are trusting me, I will trust you. And respect this information, but do not tell anyone else about this.
That's our plan.
Because they would seek to probably capitalize on something like this.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty much the only person we've told point blank about them.
I am honored.
The others found out incidentally.
Well, what's the plan of attack? It's pretty late at night too, so.
Well, first we need to get the MDRA off our back.
Not necessarily. We have a month to do this. We can just go back at the end of the month.
I suppose. But we need to
pick our locations, go to them, and pray that we have the right spot in one of those locations.
pray that we get a hit.
Yeah.
You could take as many of the locate object scrolls as you want.
Yes.
But
We have... I have two locations in mind, at least. Calder
Alright.
itself, the town, the outpost, and the hideout, obviously. That may that's well, that's obviously not where Belladonna themselves is, but it could be where they're no, the book and most likely our stuff or your stuff is most likely in their hoard.
Well, this is why I was
Yeah.
asking for something very unique. I have been quite reclusive, to tell the
Right.
truth. So, if you think they're in possession of something very unique that you won't find anywhere else, that's probably the best subject of the detect object or locate object spell.
We have that, thankfully.
We can locate where the dragon and the keys are, but this spell book might not be with the dragon. If this caster is near Ela at the time of our approach, then we'll have to go find Ela.
That's assuming the caster isn't using scrolls.
To tell the truth, we were hopeful that you would have some more insight as to this as to their location.
I don't. I told you I did not work
But-
with them, but I do not.
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately it's not you who's in possession of that book, so
It's fine. It's
Obvious.
fine. I guess. Okay, so we've got Calder,
Mhm.
we've got Queensman's hideout, suspected. We think it could be around this lake.
That would have been a cruel joke. A sick joke
know,
if
right?
it was.
It would be, but I doubt it unless there are any caves or anything of that sort around there. I don't know how much you know about the surrounding geography.
There were no caves in that lake. I set up when I found the opera house. I set up there and I foraged for food, mainly fishing inside that lake.
Right.
And there are only 2 caves that I really know of. 1 or 3 if you count simply underground spots. There's the ice cave that we first went to when we first got here. There's Spellbook Cave Book, and there is the ice lid.
We've been to the ice cave recently. That little cavern was, well, that had nothing to do with the Queensman. That was just an old it was an old monument of the Jotun. As for the ice cave we found Thermatrix in, that's certainly a possibility.
He spent more time in it than we did. We could probably go ask him if there were any secret passages in there, or passages that we never found.
We certainly could. As outside of that, the one that Ela is in most cahoots with is the Expedition Society. So perhaps Calder itself, the cabin, or even their headquarters. They might be underground there. I doubt it, but it's a possibility.
Ela has to get information to Belladonna somehow,
But our stuff is going to be at the Horde.
but our stuff's
Our
gonna
stuff
be at
is
the
going to
Horde.
be at the Horde, so we have to.
Figure out what that is.
But again, this is the under the assumption that Ela's henchman has the spell book.
And
It could be if they're both there. There's no question we strike in that moment.
Ela's
And if Belladonna's there, perhaps we could find her henchman based off of something Belladonna had of the henchman, and start all over again looking for the spell book.
If we run into any of our henchmen, we'll have to take another one and try to get a location of all of their drop-off locations.
Well, I mean Ela's henchman, the spellcaster.
Okay, Do you really think it's a good idea to look for the spellcaster directly?
She's the one with this. Well, he or she is the one with the spell book.
Well, yes, but we need to take care of this dragon immediately.
We don't even know where their location might be.
I
And
know.
if if they are in cahoots, that caster is most likely either with Ela themselves, or they are sorry, they're likely either with Ela, they're likely either around Ela themselves, or they're with Belladonna. So if we find the horde, chances are we find the spellbook, or at least a very good lead.
And even if we don't, once we take out Belladonna, we have no reason to hide any of this from Ela. So we can just point blank ask her who this henchman she has is. You can read her mind. I can cast the spell magic on her first, make sure she just doesn't have any memories cloaked. And that'll tell
Sure.
us who it is, at least.
So, at the very least, we should. I mean, if the main goal is looking at wherever Belladonna is, we probably want to mark off the hideout, since
Yes.
We're
And
not there.
But how are we going to get there? Suppose we could go to the opera house and just sail across the lake.
How are we going? No, we can mark. We can cross out the hideout as a potential place. I thought Ela already confirmed that. That's
we
not
don't
where
want to go there.
Belladonna is. Yeah.
It will get us there eventually. Like, the money has to get to Belladonna from there somehow.
Yes, but would you really rather we go there in a place when they
Fair.
know we're potentially coming?
what about the ruins?
That
is a
crossed
good-
my mind. There is liquid water there, and it is wet.
That's true. There is the sewer system beneath the ruins. We're very familiar with that.
And if Queen always was communicating with all of her cronies, and they all believed she was there, then wouldn't that mean that the Fate Queen would have to be giving them instructions from there as well? Wouldn't that make sense?
Potentially, unless they moved afterwards. It's a good place to start as well, at the very least.
Wonder if Mara knows what the traffic is like there.
She likely does.
Alright, I'll ask her tonight before I head out for bed.
Yeah, let's ask a Throthonitrix about spellbook as well.
Yeah.
Mhm. So Calder, the cave, and the ruins. Those are our three immediate places of interest.
Okay. Yeah. So right
All
now,
right.
let's go talk to Rothonatrix.
Okay. You go down to the basement. It's really cold down here. If you stay down here for an extended amount of time, it's gonna... Or if you want, you can just kind of bring them up.
I'm familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might bring him up for this.
As we're heading down, Spring's gonna say, "Did you make that fork for him, by the way?
Yes, I did.
Did you ever give it to him?"
No, I forgot to when we first left, and
Let's just shout
we
at
didn't quite have the
him.
time this most recent time.
We've
May as well
been,
do it now then.
We've been really busy a lot.
We still are.
Unfortunately.
Alright. To the dragon.
All right. Are you gonna summon him up, or are you going to?
Yeah, let's summon him up.
Yeah.
He's be right there in a minute.
Mhm.
As he flies up as a white dragon or a silver dragon.
And she
Salamence.
gestures to him and says, "And this is why I just told her."
Oh, and who is this?
Oh, is she with us?
Oh, did you leave her behind? Or I'll leave her behind in the research.
Okay.
Please. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Yes. What is it, Sabrina?
Okay, first of all, where we found you, back at that cave, you were there for a while. You wouldn't have happened to, have found any passages that go deeper to any, place that was damp or had liquid water in it, right? Or would you have?
No, there was no water in it. It was very dry in that cave. It was just the spectacular sight of the wonderful crystals, though.
Right, so it
All
doesn't
right,
sound like
and
that's where Belladonna would be.
Anything about the one near Calder, the one that you and Pandora went to after it was attacked?
That's a good question.
The cave with the bear tick.
Yeah.
I don't
S-
remember seeing any.
We're trying to find possible locations for Belladonna's lair, or well,
Access points that she's not looking at.
Eslith's Echo's lair. And so we are trying to. We figured those two caves would be at the very least a place to start, but we just figured we'd ask to try and cross them off our list.
How are the means you using to find it? What are the
Locate
Well-
object scrolls.
She has some stuff of ours.
Likely.
So, find her stuff, we find her.
Well,
Speaking of, well, I suppose your stuff here. He kind of pulls up the bone fork.
magnificent. This is made from that horrible creature, correct?
Yes. Yes, it
Well,
was.
it's good something. It's nice that something good can come from such a terrible beast, isn't it, Sigurd? As he's waving this fork in your face. Not to be offensive or scolding, he's just really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I suppose so. It's so rather.
This is a magnificent gift. I will treasure it for the rest of my days.
I suppose that's a high honor. Well, yeah. I suppose it is. Regardless, that was primarily what we came here to do. How goes the cave generally? Is it much nicer?
Yes, without that horrid thing in view, it's certainly a lot cozier. It's even a step up from the cave you found me in, I would say.
Well, that's good. And then Sinbad just kind of has a look on his face, and he's like, "Do you know how far the opening down there goes? Or did you just kind of seal it shut and leave it that way?"
I sealed it shut because you asked me to.
Sinbad nods, and he's like, "If everything else fails, we can try to find her that way, I guess." I have no idea how we do it, but it is possible.
Sabrina takes out one of the locate object scrolls, and she's gonna start going downstairs.
There's no way.
It's not that close, Bree. We'd have to swim down the tunnel for miles before we'd get anything.
We have a lot of spell scrolls. It's not gonna hurt anything.
I'll say you have to be in the right hex for it to work. I know it's it has a range, but if you guys are in the right hex, I'll tell you where it's leading you.
A dugong and a bear tick made their way out through that cavern. I suppose the dugong isn't. Well, it's also a mammal.
No, the bear tick died.
The bear tick got disintegrated.
Oh yeah, the bear tick did get.
That's why you couldn't find it.
Right. But a dugong made their way out of there. So it likely doesn't go that far down.
And
Does that lead all the way out to the ocean, actually?
from what Sabrina remembers, did Nero still go down that path that Sinbad saw him go down?
I
He,
believe he
dimension
teleported.
He
doored.
teleported out.
Yeah,
he teleported out.
Yeah, he teleported.
Okay.
It might not go anywhere, honestly. It might just kind of. It might have just since we had like the modified memory, it might have just been a red herring, or he might have never done it to begin with.
Orthonatrix, would it be too much to ask to have you scout that for us and let us know if that actually goes anywhere? You don't need to go too far, just a few minutes maybe.
Okay, I can certainly do that.
Yep.
It might take a little while to excavate it, now that it's frozen. So it might take a long while.
Yeah. If you do, don't if you do attempt to excavate it, let us know beforehand. I'd rather you. I mean, if there is potential danger down there, wouldn't really. It wouldn't be very good if you just went on your own.
I understand. I would not do something so foolish.
Mhm. Regardless, I suppose that narrows down our options. Got the ruins and Calder. And we'll go from there. We might as well check the docks as well, actually. So we'll need 2 scrolls for Calder.
I feel like there's something we're missing.
Maybe. We'll have to think about it. Maybe a good night's rest will help clear our minds.
I just realized I could probably use the mirror to just talk to Belladonna.
It's not deity.
I don't
You
think
could-
so.
about that?
You could certainly use it to gain some information, but I don't know if you'll get any.
I don't
From
think
Belladonna
it would be a
specifically.
good idea. By the way, Aiden, do you still want to go talk to Reshiram?
Talk to Reshiram.
About our ice ferret friend and other things.
Oh yeah, I do have those.
We probably should have given them to the Hallowed Flames while we had the chance.
Yeah, we did just pass them, didn't we? Oh well.
Oh wow. If it wants to go fight Alderion again, it can go fight Alderion again.
That's not Alderion.
How do
He
it looks
knows.
like him?
He knows.
It's Alderion.
So are you going to make? I suppose, are they illusions, or just conjurations that look similar to the other dragons, to the other worms?
Perhaps it's
I
just
don't
a
know.
residual effect of the blessings they're giving you.
Yeah.
It just kind of had
Yeah.
a weird kind of mixture with.
The man's just gonna be like, we can
Yeah.
go ask Alderion if he can see through its eyes and ears, or if its whole existence is based off of him.
You could also
Actually, if we
summon one
want, we
right
could test it
now.
out right now.
Yeah, you could test it out right now.
Hey, Rathonatrix.
Yes.
Let me know what happens when I do this, and he's going to cast summon Draconic Spirit, but invoke the Silver Dragon, so effectively Rathonatrix.
So I guess you're kind of in the foyer right now.
There's
Yeah.
2 of them now.
He says, "Oh, my, it looks like me, except larger. It makes me actually feel a little inadequate."
Oh, oops.
But you don't sense any connection to it. You can't gain anything out of it.
It does feel like me. But it
Because
feels
I've
like
recently
you as
gained
well.
this. Yeah, I've recently gained this ability. I thought that it was part of the blessings that you guys handed out.
Maybe that's what it did. You had your magic is innate, correct, Sinbad?
Yeah.
This could have been what happened here. In any case, it should give you a formidable boon.
Well, yeah, it'll be useful, at least until the Dragon Rite's complete.
It's already
Yes.
proven as such.
Indeed.
I'm sure Alderion's looking down the hall with disdain at this.
No, he's in the library. He doesn't even care. Well,
Doesn't even
he
care.
can't see. I wouldn't
make-
I wouldn't show Alderion a copy of his. He would it would certainly offend him.
Oh, yeah, that would... Yeah, especially with magic and all that.
Well, I guess we'll have to not let Pandora know about this then. She'll want that to happen, I'm sure.
You've heard of Mini-Me, but it's time for Mega-Me.
Okay. Good to know, but I'll try to use it well.
Very good. I hope you make good use of it.
It's not like the other... Oh, well, I suppose not. It's not like the other summoning spells that are more chaotic. Should things go awry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're at the end of the day, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So Sinbad's going to first look at the mending, or no, the sending slate, see if there's anything on it.
You know that you have to initiate it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I thought it could go both ways.
Hmm.
All right, and then he's gonna kind of be like, "Well, if we don't have any use for the crystal, I'd like to use it. If that's okay tonight."
What for?
And I think Bree can probably guess what he wants to do with it.
Yeah, she's kind of got it, that look on her face like she knows.
So yeah, he's just gonna exchange that look with her then.
She sighs and says, "All right, let's go."
Can 2 people use it at once?
No, but I want to be there anyway.
Oh, I just wanted to see what they're thinking about. I didn't want to start anything.
Oh, well, you can't read their thoughts. You can just watch
Listen
them
to
or
their
listen.
conversation. They do have to speak with words to each other.
She just kind of rolls her eyes and gestures to it.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's going to try to
You're going to want
scry
to go
on.
after Mom.
I mean, I was gonna look at Dad, see if he had any remorse.
No, you're going to want to try to go after Mom. Besides, they'll have to be talking to each other if you're wanting to hear them talk about anything pertaining to what we talked about. The odds of them doing so at this particular moment are extremely slim, and even
Should I
so...
send a message? Actually, kind of takes out. Maybe you could send a message to each of them.
You're kidding, right?
It might start them talking to each other.
What would I even say?
I don't know. More
Exactly.
than I can say. Well, at any rate, I just want to
She's
see
gonna.
if there's any change.
Okay, who are you trying to scry on?
Anastasia, mom.
That's a 10, so it's a fail. I think you have. Well, yeah, I think the modifier's kind of stacked in your because it's literally your mom. You
Yeah.
don't have an object of hers, do you?
Yeah, I know I do.
Oh.
Actually, no, that got destroyed. Bree left it in the storm plate.
She tried to find it.
All right. So, but nonetheless, it was a fail anyway. And when you look through the scrying orb, she's asleep.
Oh, he was gonna do audio, but fair enough.
Oh. I assume
She's
it defaults to vision. So.
Honk shoe, honk shoe.
Real.
He's just gonna be like, well, she's asleep, but I guess that's fair. It's late in the day.
It's really not all that surprising. What else did you think you were gonna get? You could try casting Sending on her to try to wake her up, but I doubt that'll work.
We're gonna make her
Then
phone
again-
buzz.
Then again, Dad's probably asleep too, so they wouldn't start talking. She'd just wake up, then go back to sleep.
Can he hear his dad's like breathing too?
Yeah.
He's like, no, he's out as well.
Yeah, not surprising.
Well, I don't know. Again, I
I'm-
was hoping to see some semblance of change. I don't know if time will be my enemy or my friend here.
You think maybe earlier would be probably better if you would.
They're morning people. I can't believe it.
Yeah, they're getting up there in age, so like after 6 p.m., who even knows?
Well, Mom's getting up there in age. Dad's probably a lot younger.
Oh yeah.
Depends. We haven't asked her how old she is.
You don't ask her those questions, especially when she a Ninetales.
Anyway, I'm gonna go ask Myra something.
All right.
And Bree's gonna start putting the spell into her
All right.
thing.
So you're using sending?
Yeah,
What are you sending?
she's sending. We think we have the wrong location for Belladonna. What is the traffic at the ruins look like right now? Do you know?
What do you mean by traffic?
Like how many of her former queensmen are still traveling there, or is it like more vacant than it used to be?
All right. You get respond with there is something going on there. They're bringing lots of wealth. The traffic at the ruins is let's just say not as busy as when you were here.
All right, but she did say there was lots of wealth going there.
Going into the cave.
Oh, into the cave. Okay.
Oh.
She sighs and just kind of walks around. Are these three still here?
Yeah. He was probably getting ready to head upstairs when during the family stuff, but
Right.
after that ended pretty quickly.
Bree just kind of intercepts him and says, Moira doesn't know what the says that the traffic over in the ruins is fairly low, but there is lots of wealth going into that cave. You know what? Why don't we just go there?
That's
How
certainly an
many-
option.
I don't know how many of her traps are still intact, Bree.
But yeah, but think about it. Hila wants us to take the Expedition Society there. So why don't we just go there and beat her to the punch? Find out what's there that she doesn't want us seeing. We have to... Grimoire's already advised us to attack the dragon as soon as we find it. So if the dragon is there, we just attack it. If it's not, then we know that that's not where we're looking.
We'd be looking for the caves in the ruins, more likely. Start an expedition towards it, but we could be underground for days, maybe even months.
We don't have that kind of time.
That's my point.
We can go there at the very least and try and locate our stuff, or your stuff. If it's there, we have a lead. If not, well, now we know for sure it's a red herring.
Fair enough. But we don't have
So long
all
to
the
get
time in the
there.
world to start scanning everywhere.
It would only be a couple days.
You two would
And
really
I-
have to be on the top of your game as far as getting us across that lake.
You think going across the lake would be the best option?
It'd be the fastest. It's a straight line from the Opera House to the suspected location.
No, there's no water there. We're fine.
Actually, you could use the elemental to try to push us across the water faster.
Wait, we want to go here? I thought you
That
wanted
we
to go
could.
here.
That we could. It would only last about an hour, though.
Sib,
Uh,
I just told you that Moira doesn't see much traffic going to the ruins. If there's not a lot of traffic going to the ruins, then that means that they're not taking anything there, which means that's probably not a drop-off point for where the dragon actually is.
It's only 2 days.
but it does have a cave entrance.
We'll check the most obvious place first. After that, we'll start looking elsewhere. The most obvious place right now is that hideout, even if Ela wants us to be there for some reason, or at least wants us to take the Expedition Society there. If nothing else, we can maybe find out a little bit as to why. Anyways, does that sound good? Does that sound like a plan?
I guess so. Well, ping it, but we can't go through the front entrance and expect them to be unprepared.
Well, what's
That
the
much is
alternative,
obvious.
Sib?
Let's go find a cave and make our way there.
We don't know of any other caves near there.
Unless
Which is why I say we scout around the mountain. Find a back door.
unless my sister knows anything about any cave entrances in there,
That's the
and
only
is
one she
willing to
seems
give
to
us
be.
some information.
That one's the only one she seems to be interested in talking about.
Okay.
So tomorrow we'll go to the Opera House, cross the lake. Actually, it'd probably be just as fast to go around it. We're not very good at rowing that thing. Either way, tomorrow we'll head right for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We
Alright,
want to
I
try
say
to
we
get
just-
Isak to come with us.
That's up to you. I'll leave that decision to you. And to Isaac, if he wants to come to begin with.
Money talks.
If we're preparing to kill another dragon. I mean,
We don't even know if the dragon's there.
well,
Yeah,
bringing
my-
him would just be.
Everything is so
Unbelievable.
stacked against us.
It's better to have someone with us than no one.
Fine. I guess we'll find Isak and let him know that he's coming with us tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
roleplay that.
probably sort this net between episodes as well.
Yeah.
We'll
Mhm.
roleplay that next time, but is there anything else you wish to do before you leave?
I can't think of anything, but that's DM speak for you probably want to do
No,
something.
I'm just
I'm like-
curious.
I'm like, actually, there is something
Well, I
I
mean-
might want to try to do. I'm not sure what will happen if I do this, but I am curious.
Okay. I'm just saying this is like your
But
kind of downtime. Is there anything you want to do?
Yeah. Can I contact Eslith? Like Eslith. Not Belladonna.
They're not deities, so it
Okay,
wouldn't
fair
work
enough.
for them.
Interesting. I'm like, well, that's my thing. I don't think we'll have to do plans at another time because we'd have to go talk to Grimoire more.
Mhm.
Well, if there's anything you can think of that you want to do in between that, just tell me, and then I'll make it so. But you're gonna talk to Ezek next time and probably negotiate him coming along with you.
Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, that's a good place to end.
All right.
All right. Might be dragon slaying time next time? Question mark.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows? We can
Who
only hope.
knows?
Yeah.
There's
All right.
something we're not seeing, or we've got the right place. One of those two.
Okay. Well, next Wednesday we will see what comes of all of this. A new sidekick, new routes and avenues to go. But we'll see you at the same time next Wednesday. So bye, everyone.